Hello.
Hello.
And welcome to I
Will Say This Though. We have a special guest with us today making her debut on this show.
Hi.
They can't see you wave.
That is true. I am waving at you. I'm glad to be here and to, gain some MCU knowledge.
Yeah. Well, you picked the right people because if there's one thing I know about, it's the MCU.
I know, you can't stop talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
More like MCU, am I right?
Ever since
shit.
it went woke with
Yeah.
Captain Maverick.
Okay, anyways. Okay, yeah, so for those of us joining us, Gabby and Danny are dating.
Yes.
That's the relationship. That is why Gabby is here.
Also
Just to be
because
clear.
she's smart and has good opinions.
But I'm just saying, because we did one with my partner a year ago or whatever.
Yeah, ranking presidents by how hot their portraits were.
Yeah, now we're picking one that's just as
Link
important.
to that in the description, by the way.
Yes. Now we're picking one that's just as important, which is we're going to be ranking MCU movies by their credit sequences, not post-credit sequences, but rather a credit sequence as in, the part of a movie where there's an animation or a montage and it shows
Here's
the
who's in
credits.
the movie.
Yeah.
We got this actor. We got this composer.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's what we're going to be ranking them on. And the reason why Danny and Gabby are going to be here is they're going to have veto power because they know the least about the MCU.
I know a ton about the MCU.
Yeah,
I've seen all of these.
yeah. Danny's mostly complaining about how woke they are nowadays, but
You know me,
Yeah.
Mr. Anti-Wokeness.
Oh, goodness.
yeah. So because I've seen all the movies, I can't judge these credit sequences objectively out of context. But Danny and Gabby are going to be able to, so they're just gonna watch them and treat them as if they're just music videos, and yeah, that's how we're just gonna be talking about the visuals. We're talking about the score, the song choice, and how it makes you feel, how it pumps you up.
Imagine a music video that was just words appearing on the screen telling you what the superheroes were. That would be so stupid. I'm glad Taylor Swift never did that.
I don't get it.
Oh, the Bad Blood video is terrible.
Bad Blood is terrible.
It's a terrible song and an even worse video, yes.
You're
Yeah.
going to get the Swifties after us.
I say this as someone who mostly doesn't mind Taylor Swift.
Yeah, you're going to get all one Swiftie after us.
What?
Qua?
What
He's
are
right
you?
here, in fact.
That is true.
Listen.
Jimmy's a Swiftie.
Listen.
least a little.
Listen. I do enjoy Taylor Swift, but I will say,
She's got some good songs.
Bad Blood,
All right, let's not get on a tangent here.
terrible. You know that those people who. Anyways, you know what? Let's just move on.
Yep.
Let's move on.
So are we doing this by release order? Because this
We're doing this in
tier
release
list
order.
is
Yeah,
in
this tier
more
list
or
we
less
found-
alphabetical order, but not really.
Yeah, I don't know who decided to make this. Yeah, let's.
right.
We're just gonna. This might be hard, but we will do this in release order.
All right,
Oh,
so let's begin with Irons Man.
Yeah, and just so you know, because in order to avoid copyright, we're gonna be watching all of them here, but we're probably gonna have to cut most of it out of the actual videos themselves out. So as to
Also,
not get
we
the
are
copyright.
limiting this to MCU movies. So the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies don't count, and the MCU TV shows don't
Yeah,
count.
because some of them have one different intro per.
Yeah, didn't Moon Knight do
Episode.
a thing where in some episodes it's the pyramids, and then others it's the London skyline, and then others it's the skyline of modern Cairo or something?
Yes, I don't know. I didn't see Moonlight.
Yeah. Also, this means no Sony.
No Sony.
Because
Moonlight's the one where he goes to the beach and he's gay and he's swimming with his friend's dad.
Yeah, very funny day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but no Sony just because, well, if Across the Spider-Verse or Into the Spider-Verse were in this, it would be number one.
They have
Yeah, I
really,
think so.
really cool
Yeah.
title
But-
sequences.
To be clear, we are going to be doing Tom Holland Spider-Man because those
Yes.
are the most. Even though they are still Sony,
They are
they are canonically in the MCU.
And the Spider-Verse movies, the MCU does exist as a parallel timeline because they acknowledge, but we're not going to get into that. That is a separate thing. We are talking about MCU movies.
Oh, and Gabby, did you want to come up with tier names?
To be honest, the only one I could come up with was for F,
Which is
something to do with Kevin Feige. You fill in the
Uh,
blank.
okay.
That's all I got.
Feige, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay, there it is.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's we're gonna. Oh, they're just gonna be letters except for the last one. Okay, got
Okay.
it. Cool. Okay, so we're about to watch the credit sequence for Iron Man 2008.
That's the end credits.
Special thanks to whoever made this, Jermac,
J.R. Mac 37.
for helping us.
Doing the Lord's work out here.
Yes. So
The Star-Lord's work.
oh, they're the 10 rings.
Yep.
10 rings turning into a revolver. That's pretty cool.
Leslie Bibb was in this?
Yeah.
Oh.
She was also in Trick or Treat.
Yeah, that's where I know her from.
Ooh, Jon Favreau also made the 2019 Lion King, which I argue is underrated.
I will always be grateful to Jon Favreau because he made Prehistoric Planet. And
Yes.
Elf.
And Chef. I love Chef.
I've heard that's good.
It's very good.
All right. Iron Man title sequence. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So Gabby and Danny have veto power, like I said. So Gabby, what did you think of it?
Honestly, to me, and maybe it's because this is the first one, but I feel like a lot of these Marvel, like MCU intros always show the inner workings of something, whether it's the inner workings of a suit or the
Yeah.
inner workings of
Yeah.
of a place or a certain like costume or
Because you
something.
can do that with CGI and it looks fine. You can't do that with practical.
Yeah, so like I'm not saying that it doesn't look cool, but I also am very much preparing myself to see similarities,
Yeah.
similar
Yeah.
versions of this for the next however long this takes.
So I guess I'll ask you to, first of all, like visuals and music. So like, do you guys have anything specific to talk about the visuals?
The visuals were cool, but I'm sure we will see them improved upon later. The music, I want to applaud them for saving I Am Iron Man by Black Sabbath until the end credits. I would have been tempted to have that song just playing on a constant loop throughout the movie,
Yeah.
and I applaud their restraint.
Oh, I guess it's because he becomes Iron Man at the very end, I guess.
Yeah.
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 He says, they're like, oh, do you know anything about this Iron Man guy? And he's like, oh, you know how most superhero movies have a whole like alter
Secret
ego,
identity,
secret
yeah,
identity
yeah.
Nah, I am Iron Man.
But now we're giving too much context. Now we're giving too much context to these things.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where do you guys want to put it? I know you guys haven't seen everything, which might be weird, but
I have.
we can move them.
I haven't seen.
I say B.
I was thinking somewhere. I would say somewhere around B. I think it might be shifted down, so it might be a lower B by the end of it. But to me, yeah, basically the B is there just because of Black Sabbath and
Okay.
just because of
B
that.
for Black Sabbath.
Cool.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll.
And we can shuffle them around as we go.
Yeah, we can shove them around. Okay, so that was Iron Man 2008. Now let's do the Incredible Hulk 2008.
The movie Marvel pretends didn't happen. Because it's Universal, you see, not Disney.
Oh, see, more inner workings.
More
Yep.
inner workings. See? But now it's not mechanical. It's
Yeah.
the human body.
Although, can I just say, trading Sam Elliott for William Hurt, such a step down.
Was Sam Elliott?
He was in the Eric Bana.
Oh yeah, the Ang Lee one.
Yeah, he played the same character that.
See, I recognize it as the Ang Lee one because I'm Chinese. I just want to say.
Nah.
I like Ang Lee. He makes good films.
Also, can I just say, when you see this sequence, you see so many lens flashes.
Oh yeah, Lens
Yeah.
Flash.
It looks so much. It feels like the late 2000s.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, he's gonna go all altered states on you. Run, Edward.
Edward goes all American history X.
No, the way that this has been shot, it honestly, if you just told me this is an episode of CSI, I would believe you.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, Stark Industries setting up when Iron Man at the end of the movie. This
Okay.
one feels kind of, and this is appropriate, I guess. It feels off-brand for a Marvel credit
So
sequence.
what I know it's completely different from the Iron Man one, but I think what it is because this is like the fourth version of the Incredible Hulk.
I think it's only the second.
Well, there was there was also
second
the
movie. Of
Yeah.
the Incredible Hulk.
So instead of going through the Hulk's origin, they were like, let's just compress it into the credit sequence.
Assume you already know. Maybe give you a brief recap. You know, like at the beginning of Spider-Verse, he's like, "I'm Spider-Man. Let's do this one more time."
Yeah.
So I was bitten by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that.
So that's why it's like it's not like, oh, let's just entertain you with some flashy visuals. It's also actually have footage
Because they
of the
don't want to do
characters.
his origin story yet again, and that is a smart move.
And I can appreciate that because especially if you mentioned Spider-Verse where it's just like we know what the origin story is at this point. So Yeah, so I appreciate that they've condensed it. I will say it just made me feel very nostalgic for CSI.
For CSI.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the lens flashes, the like, enhance,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
kind of like if you're looking at old footage, like footage from a camera and something.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my thoughts. I would probably rank it close. I would probably rank it B, but I would put it behind Iron Man, maybe.
Yeah, okay.
What do you?
I would argue, and once again, you guys are making the choice, but I would argue that because the music's less interesting, I would have it at C. That's where I would put it. But
C
that's
for CSI.
yeah, C for CSI.
All right.
Okay,
yeah,
fair.
the music
That's
was
my-
just kind of there.
Fair point.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah, it wasn't like bad. It was just like movie soundtrack. Like,
Yeah.
because Iron Man from the Black Sabbath, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's like a jam.
Yeah.
That's a bop.
Yeah.
It's probably the best song Ozzy was ever. No, Paranoia is better.
War Pigs is pretty good though. But Ozzy was Ozzy part of?
Yeah, that's Ozzy.
That's Ozzy too.
As opposed to, I think Sabbath are better with Ronnie James Dio than they are with Ozzy. I think I is the best Sabbath song of all time, but
Also,
Neon
another
Nights is good.
another aspect to these. How do you like how they incorporated the names into the credits,
like the names of the actors and
like the
stuff.
fonts and whatever, like the
I mean, they're using the. It's. I think it was like the same font they've got on the posters, just basic
Yeah, did you
poster
like-
font. I had no opinion on
no
one.
opinion.
I didn't
well,
notice.
we're going to need to have opinions on it.
Well, the fact
So
that I
let's-
had no opinion
yes.
means that it wasn't very interesting.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Not notably bad, not notably good.
Okay.
Moving on to Iron Man 2.
Yep. Oh, another one of those ones where it tells a story, like it's part of the story.
Yeah. A lot of people hate this movie, and you hear like, oh, it's the worst Marvel movie. I honestly think that it is comparable in quality to Iron Man 1. Like,
Yeah. I honestly,
I can't really tell the difference between the two movies. Why is this one bad and the other one's good?
To be honest, I've never seen any of the Iron Man.
Yeah.
So.
The Iron Man
Fine.
movies aren't. I don't actually like the movies that much. Like people like Robert Downey Jr.'s performance as Iron Man, but the movies
Sam
themselves
Rockwell
are-
is so good in this movie.
Yeah.
Sam Rockwell is good in anything.
He's so
though.
entertaining.
That's true.
I
Sam,
love-
we stand Sam Rockwell.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
the Boyd.
I want my bird.
Bird.
Oh, that's who he played.
Who?
Samuel L. Jackson played Nick Fury.
Oh.
I
yeah.
thought they got Hasselhoff back for some reason.
Yeah, they should do that.
That's a deep cut.
Because they're doing all these multiverse stuff. They
Yeah.
should bring Hasselhoff.
Do it, you cowards. Justin Theroux.
Wait, why is that?
I hope that at no point during the writing process did Angelo Badalamenti break into his office demanding coffee and telling him he wasn't in charge of the production anymore. That's a reference to Mulholland Drive, by the way.
Okay. So another story-heavy, like actual footage.
Again, I guess this is because like it's so early in the MCU's history, they haven't really decided we're gonna have stylized credit sequences yet. So it's just a credit sequence of words appearing while a scene plays out, a montage plays
Yeah.
out.
But I will give it points for having a bird drinking from a wine glass. I think
Yes.
that was really
Exactly.
cute.
That was fun, and I liked how when we're seeing all these like pictures. He's got his like little hate shrine to Tony Stark. I like that some of them were like '90s Robert Downey from his youthful days. Like they went and found old photos of him.
Yeah.
Like
What they see him at his court date from the 90s?
Yeah.
No.
picture
no.
of him in that Richard III movie he did.
Yeah.
No, I personally like this better than the Hulk because
Really?
it's yes, because my personal feeling is that with the Hulk it's a lot of very quick shots of it. It's like and all of the lens flashes and all the ways to try to transition it to try to condense a story, which is fine, but I find that with Iron Man 2 they're a bit more selective with the shots, and because of that it's like, okay, I'm taking in more of what's happening, and I think I like it a little bit better.
It's more efficient storytelling, I'll grant you. Well,
Yeah. No. I
no,
think,
because they don't have much to convey except he is making a thing and he hates Iron Man.
Yeah, but I think that's what
I don't
makes
think
it.
I agree.
I think that's what makes it better though, because it's not setting up too much. I think with the Hulk one,
I don't think
it's
Hulk was setting up too much
no,
at all.
It's setting up. First of all, it's setting up like he's dating the girl because he winks at one point.
Yeah.
And then that the guy's like. Doesn't really like him. The old guy doesn't really like him, and then like forced him out, which is also stupid because why would you force him out when he's your experiment? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I think for me though, I think with Hulk is that with those very quick shots, yes, you're condensing a story, but I also to me, I just find it a little redundant, and I don't really find it as interesting. Whereas with the the more selective shots in the montage, I think it flows better. It definitely builds up a bit more tension.
I would still give it a C, personally.
But like in front of Hulk.
The Iron Man 2 one I'd put at the beginning in a C.
Okay.
We could put it in front of Hulk. I'm not going to split hairs about that.
Yeah.
Okay. I personally like it a little better. I would put it even higher than Iron Man.
Really?
First Iron Man, in my opinion.
Because remember, we're also taking into account music and like.
Yeah, I found the music pretty, whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
And.
Yes, I agree that the music is kind of generic in that sense, but also I think it's a better shot sequence in my opinion.
Well, are we considering it as a scene or as a credit sequence? Because sometimes you walk out of a movie thinking like, wow, that had interesting credits. You look at like Saul Bass and stuff, and this is a movie where the credit sequence, it's perfectly competent, but it does not draw attention to itself in any way. It is not stylized especially. I think it's kind of basic.
Okay, fair. I agree with you on that point. But if in that case, like if we're going by stylized and like they clearly made this specifically to be a cool opening sequence, then yes, the first Iron Man would be better for that.
Closing sequence.
It is the closing sequence,
still.
yes. But I would say between Hulk and Iron Man 2, I will take Iron Man 2 over Hulk.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's put it in C, but above Hulk.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Okay. Awesome. Okay.
Thor. I didn't like this movie, but
I also didn't.
give the
I've
credits a shot.
never seen it.
I really don't like how the words are appearing over it. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
it's not worked into the visuals in any interesting way. It's just sort of like there's this cool visuals happening, and then the words are just there.
And later on, they'd give the fonts like really bright, stylized colors that pop off the screen. They're not doing that here. They just blend right into the stars.
Yeah. Just
Can
the
I
words
be
are-
honest? I'm just thinking of Big Bang Theory when I watch this.
Oh, that's too cruel.
To me, with the exception of the end when it kind of zooms into why am I forgetting the name of where Thor lives?
Asgard.
Asgard.
Yes. When with the exception of it zooming into Asgard, I feel like a lot of this is very generic to me. I thought the font is generic.
We are in space.
Yeah, like, yes, it's pretty,
Yeah.
but it's like, it's just like kind of going from one galaxy to the other, and I just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, nothing about it really screams Thor. It's just like, it's in space.
Nothing about this movie screams
Yeah,
Thor.
but there's no like, there aren't any flying Pegasi around.
That's
It's
Greek.
like, well,
Thor's Norse.
there are Pegasi in the Thor movies. But
I
like,
know.
Anyways, but you know what I mean. There's
I
nothing
don't
like
approve of that either.
nothing really.
Yeah.
Really, I mean, it does look. There's nice
Asgard
CGI
looks all
Okay.
wrong too.
I know I was...
This
maybe,
Art Deco shit.
Yeah, maybe I'm being a little cruel by saying that it reminds me a lot of the Big Bang Theory, but to be honest, it kind of seems like if somebody, decided to take all the screensaver videos from their computer and just tie them together.
Yeah, it's like a screensaver.
Yeah, it's lame. D.
D.
Yeah, I think that's
absolutely
the D.
D. I wouldn't say Feige, what the fuck.
D for Denmark, where they used to worship Thor.
Do we want to do like? No, it's gonna be confusing for people.
It will.
It'll be confusing if someone's just like skipping through and say, "Why is B Black Sabbath and D Denmark?" That doesn't make
And
sense.
C is for CSI.
Yeah, C is for CSI.
Strange ranking system. All right.
Um,
Captain America. Now I like the red brown Captain America
Yeah.
movies. They're terrible.
Also haven't seen this.
I already like this.
yeah, this
I
is makes me feel patriotic to a country I don't live in.
Les Français. In the interest of fairness and balance, I think we should also see some swastikas.
Yeah, why just the American propaganda? Why not? Like,
Alan Silvestri is the
Yeah,
same guy who does Family Guy music.
oh
He
yeah.
does Family Guy?
Yes, he does Family Guy.
I mostly know him for Back to the Future.
This is a great like soundtrack.
Yeah, this is good.
This is a great score.
Yeah, it's very thrilling.
Yeah. What about a hot cup of freedom?
Somehow I misread that because the letters were moving. I misread it as hot cup of cum.
Gross.
Okay, that was a really great.
That one's terrific.
Terrific.
S tier, what do you think?
Well, here's the
For now, we
I-
might bump it down if something even better comes along.
Okay, I was gonna say tentatively because we're still kind of early.
Yeah.
But Gabby, what do you think before I move on?
Personally, best one we've seen thus
Yeah,
far.
definitely,
Like
yeah.
I love the use of basically, especially like those old hand painted,
Yeah.
hand painted wore
Rosie the Riveter and Uncle Sam.
those old like patriotic posters.
Yeah.
Of course you didn't see me waving to you at the beginning of this, but I was saluting.
Saluting.
I swear.
You
Saluting the United
soldiers.
States.
So I think
yeah.
I think S tier for now.
Makes me want to just grab a nurse and bend her over for a dip and kiss.
Yes.
Hi.
Before. Okay, they're fully making out now in the sound board.
Nom, nom,
They're
nom,
fully
nom,
making
nom,
out.
nom, nom, nom.
Get a room. Oh wait, we're in a room.
Yep.
Anyways, great score by Alan Silvestri. Who
Alan Silvestri just kicks so much ass.
the one thing that I found is weird is that when they have the names of the cast members and images, they usually correspond. Like Haley Atwell gets Rosie Riveter, and Dominic Cooper, who plays Tony Stark's
Howard
dad,
Stark, right?
Howard Stark, who's makes weapons, is on a bullet. But then randomly Hugo Weaving is on a random truck for some reason, and that always bothers me.
Yeah.
But anyways,
What would it be though? Like a picture of Hitler?
yeah,
or...
something like that. You know what it
could have been? A skull.
I don't know how many. Yeah, like a Axis skull. Or
Yeah, like a
something.
propaganda. The propaganda. You could find a propaganda poster with skulls on it.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah, something like that. But anyways, yeah, great, amazing credit sequence, definitely yes there. And like I said, I know it's cheesy because I'm like standing a fucking like Disney blockbuster, but it gives me chills every time I watch this movie.
It's well done.
Yeah, it's like
It's charming.
yeah. Okay, next we have the Avengers. We're already at the
actual Avengers.
end of Phase
The
1.
first one I've actually seen.
Yeah. Also, this is just like what Gabby was saying, how it's like about the inner workings of.
Yeah, close up on all these objects and costumes associated with the characters.
Wait, what's this? Oh, it's a helmet. For a moment, I thought it was like someone's ass.
Yeah, it's Captain America's hat.
Well, that's America's ass.
Yeah, that's America's ass.
And there's Black Panther's outfit.
Okay, so
That one, it was kind of simple in concept, just
Yeah.
showing iconic objects associated with them.
Yeah.
But for the Avengers 1, that's really all you need, right?
Yeah, I think-
The selling
Yeah.
point is it's Thor and Captain America and Iron Man.
Yeah.
They're all in this together.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
No, I agree. I think with this one, like, you don't need to do too much. It's similar to what we were talking about, where it's like, oh, let me tell you this again. Like,
Yeah.
we all kind of know the backstories.
All it wants to do is those are end credits. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, those are end
I was
credits.
gonna say it just wants to get you hyped up, but you just saw the movie, so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's like
It wants-
you don't really need to do too much after.
Mhm.
And I guess the other thing too because with this playlist we're looking at, some are end credits versus some are opening credits. I think end credits maybe later on down into when we get a bit close, like a bit further into the MCU, you're going to see more effort put into end credits because then you have like the mid credit scene, the end credit scenes.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like for end credits versus opening credits, end credits tend to not have as much put into them versus the opening credits.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
because
think you're
that's
right,
when
yeah.
people are already leaving the theater.
Exactly.
Yeah. Except for Captain America: The First Avenger, which gave us the best end credit so far.
But didn't the Avengers also give it the shawarma?
Well, yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
that's
post
post-credit
credits.
That's post credit scene.
Yeah, so
right,
I'm just
yeah.
talking. We're just talking at the, the little animation thing or whatever.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah. So where do you guys think?
I don't know.
I-
High B, maybe
Yeah, I
even a
think-
low A.
I think. Yeah, I think Alan Silvestri, in terms of like other than like Black Sabbath and actual like music like that were not specifically made for the movie, Alan
Yeah.
Silvestri's a good composer.
He's a really good composer.
yeah.
yeah, I would do high B. High
Yeah.
B.
All right,
Yeah.
above Iron Man.
I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah.
In this case.
Right there.
Cool. There we go. Okay, so the Avengers 1 is.
We are done. Phase 1.
We're done Phase 1, whatever that means.
Woo!
Iron Man 3 next.
I didn't get all the hate for this movie.
Oh, there's one specific thing about this movie, about this end credit sequence that I hate, and let's see if you guys can pick up what it is.
I don't like that it's a clip show.
Yeah, the little boy in Iron Man 3, if they never got the rights to Peter Parker, he would have been so much more important.
Oh, that would have been great. Guy Pearce is good in this.
Rebecca Hall was so wasted.
Yeah, underrated actress.
I just think of her in like what was it, the Lake House? Like what was
Yeah,
that?
Yeah, that
the
was a
Night
good one.
House.
Yeah. Okay.
I like the fact that they wrote out the word 3.
Yeah, so that's the thing that always bothered me
it
about
said
that.
THRE.
Yeah, it says
not
Iron
the
Man
numeral.
THREE.
I see.
It's an odd choice.
Okay, I've got a couple questions
Okay.
as somebody who has not seen Iron Man 3.
Okay.
What is the tone of the movie?
I know, right?
It's fairly lighthearted, I would say.
Which from the marketing beforehand, you would not get that because the marketing's always like, "Oh, you're gonna see Tony Stark at his absolute lowest
and
point."
they play up the sinister elements of of Trevor.
And it's literally just like a buddy cop, not a buddy cop, like a buddy comedy with him and a little boy.
Well, okay, because that's what I wanted to figure out. Because seeing this, have any of you ever seen Thunderbirds? Like
No.
the old
The old
marionette
puppet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because yes, because it kind of like just the way that this is made.
The movie has a Thunderbirds energy.
It kind of it reminds me. It's like very lighthearted.
Thunderbirds, I'll go.
Yeah, especially the way that it's cut and the music that is used. It
Yeah.
sounds
Yeah.
like something out of like the '60s with like Thunderbirds or like Get
Stingray.
Smart
Yeah.
or Get Smart
Yeah.
or something like that.
You guys ever watch like Shane Black movies? Because he directed that. So
The Nice Guys is one of my. It's on the shelf right here. It's a marvelous film.
I've not seen it yet.
I
but-
love The Nice Guys. It's so good.
but
yeah.
is that like is it in the '60s?
It's the 70s.
Okay.
It's
But yeah, I see-
and it's a buddy comedy about a pair of detectives.
Yeah, so it's like the same energy, I guess, is what Gabby's saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
But-
All right.
his,
It's
like-
better than Iron Man.
Yeah, everything.
Okay, so that is like this is very much reflective of what the tone is.
I
So it's
think
like
it
you
is.
don't so it's like you don't have this opening sequence and all of a sudden it's just like dour.
pretty
Yeah,
sure that's a
the end-
closing
That's the
sequence.
end sequence.
Because
Because it spoils a lot.
spoils things in the movie.
Yeah, but yeah. What do you guys think of it? Like, first of all, like the whole clip
I
show
don't
energy.
like the clip show
No,
idea.
you don't like it? Okay.
But I guess because they want it to be like kind of like they're rounding out the trilogy, so they want to be like, look at all the fun times we've had with Iron Man.
Yeah.
And even without his suit, look how rad he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like now knowing what the tone of this movie is, like, and that it is reflective of it. Then you know what? I kind of think it's fun. I think it's a fun sequence.
It's all right.
Yeah, it's a fun sequence. If but to be fair, if I saw this as like if this was like a TV show, I'm like, oh, this looks like a fun spy comedy.
Yeah.
That's the kind of.
It is also very spy-ish. Not even.
yeah.
There's a lot of spy stuff.
Yeah.
It definitely does remind me of that. I would say, I would put it as like a high B or an A, for me.
Danny, what do you think?
B, I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying not to be too negative here.
Do you like it more than the Avengers, or you don't like it as much as the Avengers?
Good question.
I think it's just the visual. Like, I think the music. Yeah, you're right. Is very fun. The editing, the energy is.
I
Really
like
fun.
the music. It's upbeat and
Yeah.
it fills you with a sense of high flying adventure.
I think Danny's
Yeah.
main problem is that it's like
I
a
don't
clip
love
show.
the clip show idea.
Yeah.
I do like the kind of comic panel way that the images slide into each other,
Mm-hmm.
like the Ang Lee Hulk movie.
Yeah.
So I quite like that. So I think
Okay.
I think it's better than Avengers in my opinion, but it's
Yeah.
up to you.
Well,
All right, let's give it an A.
yeah. Let's put something in the A slot.
Yay!
Yeah,
Because I honestly, it was very catchy. I will say though, it fucking pisses me off that they write Iron Man 3.
I specifically commented that I liked it. So
Okay,
too
yeah,
late
that's
for me.
yeah. I know it's not up to me. It's up to Danny and Gabby. So yeah. Okay, Thor: The Dark World. And-
Directed by Anya Taylor-Joy. I kind of like that. It looks like Dragon Age cutscenes. This
yeah, it looks more mythical.
charcoal.
You know?
Also, like I feel like they use this font a lot.
Yeah, they do.
It's kind of bugging me now.
This is like the art of book. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah.
the art of Thor: The Dark World. Yeah, I actually think now that we're looking, I think end credits you can tell more of the story
Yeah.
Yeah.
because you don't have to worry about spoiling.
Remember this big
Yeah.
set piece? Ray Stevenson was
Boo!
Yeah, Tadanobu Asano. I liked you on Shogun.
Rene Russo.
Yeah.
Anthony Hopkins.
I really like the sort of painted like little
Yeah.
white
Yeah.
brush strokes. And
It's cool. It feels like you said very mythic.
yes, and also something that you said, Danny. I really like the spare use of color because
Yeah.
so it's mostly blacks and whites and grays
Yeah.
that's being used.
We get like red for his cape
And
and
when-
some green for Loki's
Yeah,
getup.
exactly.
Yes, I really like that. So
Good
yeah.
callbacks to classic scenes in the movie, like when
Yeah.
Utgard's Loki shows up.
But it's not just a clip show. Like it's not direct footage. It's like artistic representations
Yeah.
of
Yes.
the scenes in the movie you just
which
saw.
is cool. The only thing is that I don't know what that font is, but I feel like
Yeah.
this is like the fourth time I've seen it.
Yeah,
It's-
it's the MCU font.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but it's
Until
not
they
even...
decide to get kind of disco with some of their later fonts
Yeah.
in the post Guardians era.
Do the hustle. Boop, 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 boop.
All right.
Okay.
So I think A.
Hey? Yeah, I think so.
I would say I would say A, but I kind of like Iron Man 3's a little more.
Okay, so I'll put it behind Iron Man 3 and A. That
I
sounds
would
good.
put it above.
Ooh. Rock, paper, scissors.
Okay,
You
so
went-
below. Okay, so
Alright.
Thor: The Dark World right behind Iron Man 3
Yes.
in A.
Yep.
Cool.
And America's ass not being touched.
Not yet.
We're honestly going through these much faster than I thought I would. Speaking of America's ass,
Oh, it's like Vertigo.
Yes,
This is very Saul Bass.
I agree. I feel like this is very Saul Bass, but definitely a cleaner version of Saul Bass.
yeah,
Because this movie has that kind of like retro 60s like spy
Yeah.
drama.
Exactly.
Yes.
And it doesn't have the charm of Saul Bass though, I'll be honest.
Because the thing with Saul Bass is that it has like it feels like he's like doing like stop motion with the
Right.
with like strips of paper, kind of
Saul
feeling.
Bass was the first person to ever use CGI in a movie. In the opening credits of Vertigo.
what do you guys say?
Get David Hasselhoff back as Nick Fury, at least in a multiverse cameo or something, you cowards.
I mean, they had him. They just didn't have him as Nick Fury, which pisses me off.
Wasted
honestly.
opportunity.
No, because David Hasselhoff exists in the universe as an actor.
So then maybe this alternate version is from a timeline where David
Yeah.
Hasselhoff didn't become an actor.
Oh, yeah,
He
yeah.
became a spy and is named Nick Fury. They could make a joke out of that.
Yeah.
It would be clever. Missed opportunity. Cowards. I said give this one a B. It's pretty good.
Yeah, like we were saying that it reminds us of Saul Bass, but the thing is that it has a smoothness to it that that kind of kills it a little bit.
Yeah,
That kills
Saul
it-
Bass always has this charming jank.
Yes.
What movies did Saul Bass do?
Vertigo.
Oh.
Psycho.
Oh yeah, that's
North
Saul.
by
Yeah, yeah,
Northwest.
yeah.
North by North-
Yeah, it's
a
definitely
lot of
inspired.
Hitchcock.
Definitely inspired by the old Hitchcock.
Yes.
The opening sequence of like The Incredibles is,
Right,
is
yeah, yeah.
also very Saul Bass
Oh
influenced.
yeah. So like I think it's pretty good. Like I will say when it first started, I thought it's just gonna be like a star wipe because it just opens up with the
Yeah.
star wipe, and I was
I
like,
mean, if any superhero in the MCU gets to use a star wipe, it is Captain America with his
I guess so.
star symbol.
Yeah, I guess so. You know what? I'm gonna give it a B.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
in B?
Oh, ooh, good question. What do you think?
I'm not going to split hairs because it's a tier.
Yeah.
Oh, so Gabby, where do you want to put in?
You know what? Just put it. Yeah, just put it there.
Behind Iron Man 1?
I think so.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I really like the one, but that could just be because I really like that movie. But that's why I have you guys doing this.
It's a
'cause
good movie.
You're not being influenced. Oh, you watched it?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Cool.
So.
Yeah, it's the one with Christopher Lee, right?
Now, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yay! One that I've seen.
Sony product placement, even though it's Marvel. Disney.
Redbone are the first Native American musicians to have a top 10 hit on the charts. Link Ray got in the top 20 a decade or two earlier.
Ooh, Sarah Haley Finn.
She does a lot of these.
I'm assuming she cast all of them.
Yeah.
I wonder how much money a casting director gets.
That always bugs me. Why does he kick those little things?
Because it shows he's not like, you know, a good guy, you know.
Honestly, I don't like it as much as I remember liking it.
Okay. Well. Okay. If we're gonna
The
go.
song
back,
kicks ass.
The song
obviously.
absolutely kicks
But
ass.
you also have to keep in mind the song, though. That also counts towards...
Yes, because to be fair, we put Iron Man in because of Black Sabbath.
Well, the visuals were also... Like,
Visuals were
Black
okay.
Sabbath helped.
Yes.
Yeah, and I will give it some points for... And this movie has a terrific soundtrack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will give it some points for that, but... Yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of gray and joyless and was otherwise a very, like, upbeat, fun, cartoony movie.
Yeah, I think you know what I
Like,
think.
he's
is that-
dancing, but he's being a jackass.
You know, but I think also partly is because you really hate Chris Pratt.
No, that's not even it. I don't actually hate him that much.
Yeah.
feel
I
bad,
don't.
Chris?
I don't like that he is mean to the little rats.
Okay, I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
Okay, fair.
I do appreciate the storytelling opportunity of like, hey, this guy isn't like a Captain America character.
Yeah, but-
Yeah.
he is going to like occasionally kick a rat or two.
But like, you want us to like the character. What if you started with him like kicking a puppy or something? Would that be like, oh, he's an edgy anti-hero? No, that would make him look like a fucking asshole.
But
he is an asshole. Like they
Yeah, but
explicitly calls themselves
he's-
assholes in this movie.
But we're supposed to like him.
and then they redeem themselves.
Yeah, but he's not supposed to be like a really bad guy who redeems himself.
But he's not. He's not like he like tortures them or anything.
Yeah,
he just
he's-
like
He's a
kicks them
beast.
out.
He's
He's a bit-
casually cruel to animals.
Okay.
I find that too unlikable.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to see this guy get better. I want to see him go away.
Can I
Okay.
also jump in here? Where I think I will say is that yes, like he's not kicking a dog or anything
Yeah.
like that.
They make
I
them
think-
ugly, I know.
Yeah, right. So I will say, like, I understand why they have the sort of the dark scenery, just because like that's just the planet he's on, and it shows that kind of, it shows the difference. But I think for me is it as good as I remember it being? No, I will say that. But that song kicks so much
That song
ass,
does kick a lot
and
of
it does
ass.
absolutely reflect Guardians of the Galaxy. Like when you think of Guardians of the Galaxy, you think of that song.
Yes, that's
so
true.
I would say because of
That
that
and
reason,
Hooked on a Feeling.
yes. So between those two, but in this case, Come and Get Your Love by Redbone, I'm gonna say if we're gonna be treating Iron Man similarly, I think it should be at B, but I think it is behind Captain America.
I agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to say, Guardians of the Galaxy, great soundtrack, ripped off of the movie called Dick, which came out in the 90s, starring about Richard Nixon. That's
Yeah.
why it's called Dick, starring Kirsten Dunst. Like literally the same songs and sound. When I hear that song, I think of, I think
When
of
you
Dick.
hear Come and Get Your Love, you think
I
of Dick.
think of Dick. Yes.
Is that what you think of?
Yes, I think of Dick.
Okay.
Just
Because that movie actually is set in the 70s, right?
Yes,
So
that movie said the same.
that makes sense. I did not know that. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Literally, I have the soundtrack in my car. I listen to it all the time.
The
It's
Dick
great.
sound? You love listening
I
to
love Dick.
Dick? You keep Dick in your car?
Do you want to keep?
Is
Want
it
to say that one more time?
Is it a
before
good
the-
movie?
What movie?
Dick.
What?
Is Dick a good movie?
We're talking about a movie? What?
All right.
Anyways,
Is it good, though?
Dick is good. Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
what movie you're talking about.
Yeah.
Alright.
Is it a long movie?
Okay, let's move on.
Age of Ultraman. Fuck Joss Whedon.
And we are back to close-ups of
Close-ups
stuff.
of statues.
Which I guess makes sense. It continues the theme of the Avengers.
Also, I swear to God, this is the second or third time I've seen this
Yeah,
particular font.
Yeah, it's... You've seen it more than that.
Kobe Smulders plays Iron Man. That's why they put her name
Yeah.
next to Iron Man.
Oh, I like her.
They basically, well, I know they're showing Black Widow, but when they showed Linda Cardellini next to a girl
Yeah.
in a skin-tight suit, I just think
Are we going to see Linda Cardellini?
Think of Velma?
It's Velma
Velma.
from Scooby-Doo
Yes,
too.
please. I'll be honest, I didn't like that title sequence as much. It felt too like it was trying to be epic.
Yeah.
And not enough like, it's a fun comic book movie, don't take yourself too seriously. This big, like, statues of all the characters, like,
Yeah.
come on, what
it's
do you think you're doing?
No one's making statues of the Avengers in Age of Ultron. Like, that's like one of the least known movies.
I like these movies the best when they are being retro and not taking themselves seriously.
exactly, yeah.
When they're trying to be like, this is a great story of our times. Like, no, it's not. It's a
Yeah.
comic book movie about superheroes.
I wonder if it's if this is kind of like a weird little hint to what's going to happen 2 movies from now.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, because basically,
Oh, that's more than 2 movies.
Yeah.
oh, is it more than 2 movies?
Well,
Okay.
But
2 Avengers.
we'll get there. But there is something else that happens that we'll talk about it. But yeah, I was saying while we were watching it, it's weird that Danny Elfman does so many iconic superhero theme songs, because
Yeah.
it's like you don't think of superheroes when you hear the name Danny Elfman. You think of like
Billy, Billy, Billy,
Yeah,
Billy,
yeah.
bom, 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 Billy,
Exactly
Billy,
that.
Billy,
or
Billy,
you're
bom,
just
bom,
you're thinking of The
bom,
Simpsons.
yeah.
Men
Yeah.
in Black.
Yeah, but he has a signature. Like there's certain horns in that end credits theme
Yeah.
that sounds very much like Batman.
The
Yeah.
music was good. I'm still gonna give it. I'd say C or D. Honestly.
I think it's better than Thor.
All right.
I think it's more visually
That's-
interesting
that's
than
fair.
Thor.
I would take it. I would put it at C.
Mhm.
I'll put it C. I think I would put it. I think above Hulk, but below Iron Man 2.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the more I think about it, Hulk, yeah, was pretty cluttered and kind of messy, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not directed by Edgar Wright.
And again, we're back to the inner workings of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with some kind of extreme
It's-
color filter.
It's not, I'm gonna be honest, it's not very interesting at all.
The fact that everything is this kind of ugly, dark red color
Yeah.
makes it, again, like,
Yeah.
wasn't this supposed to be like the fun heist movie that
Yeah.
spends 8 seconds on its heist?
Yeah.
Wait, why did it show Ant-Man? Wait, what? Why did it show the title after, like I know he plays Ant-Man.
Also, this is a really boring way of giving us the names of the actors.
Yeah.
I normally like David Desmalchian. I hated his character in this. He was such an unfunny stereotype.
Yeah.
I am from Eastern Europe. I am anti-Zigonist. Ha ha ha.
Okay. I can tell you right now, this is in D tier for me.
Yeah, this was really bad.
It was lame.
Yeah,
But-
it's in D tier. Like
Lower or higher than Thor?
I would say it's better than Thor.
Okay.
Better than Thor, but only by just a little bit.
I'm gonna put it below Thor because at least Thor, like the galaxy, was pretty.
Yeah,
This
that-
one,
more effort
everything was just
put-
this dark, ugly, dark red.
It's true. It honestly kind of reminds me a little bit of like
It's
the
like playing
original.
the virtual.
Yeah.
It reminds me a little bit of the original Iron Man
But
credits,
less-
but there's way less detail to it. It just
Yeah.
everything just looked like little wires and stuff. And
Also,
And no
Yeah.
Black Sabbath.
and no Black Sabbath.
I will give the Iron Man sequence also credit just for being the first one. Like,
Yeah.
it did that in 2007. If you're still doing in 2015 what you were doing in 2007, like,
Yeah.
spinning your wheels.
Yes, actually, you know what? I think with that, I will put it behind Thor.
Yeah, because Thor was also one of the earlier ones, so I feel like Ant-Man has less
Yes.
excuse.
Yeah, and
True.
with Thor, it was lame, but it was pretty. With Ant-Man, it looked like I was playing a Virtual Boy.
Also, why was the title Ant-Man randomly in the middle of the
Yeah.
names? That
Yeah.
was so weird.
And they
And it
didn't do anything fun with the names visually. They're just there.
But they didn't even do anything fun with Ant-Man. They just had Ant-Man in
Yeah.
that same font.
Yeah.
You could have had a bunch
Why?
of ants crawl by, and then when they're gone, the word is there. Like
Especially-
they've left it behind. I don't know.
Because Ant-Man's such a visually interesting concept, but
Yeah.
there was nothing
I
visually interesting.
really like the design of his costume.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like
It
the
looks like Lord Phobos.
the credits was just like nothing about that.
Yeah.
Okay, next we have Captain America: Civil War. What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Okay, so this is what when Gabby said 2 movies from now, I thought that you meant this because this is about them being broken up. So you see, it's all broken stones and stuff, right?
Yeah. No, I was thinking 2 Avengers movies
Right,
from
yeah.
then.
Yeah.
Like, oh, there's Chris Evans. It's the
Yeah, I can see the shield.
Yeah.
And there's the eyes of his mask. And there's her little hourglass shape. You know, because Black Widow, she's got a little red hourglass on her.
yeah, because Black Widows have that design on them.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
They're just
I
fighters.
thought you were just being like,
No, I'm not. I'm not even.
okay.
Oh yeah, this is when Chadwick Boseman, R.I.P., first shows up in the series.
Yeah. Okay, what do we say? Meh. Yeah, man.
Eh.
I will defend it because it looks way better when it's like bright on a screen. I feel like when you see it like at like 480p
Yeah.
pixels on a YouTube video, it's like
That's fair, but
it's kind of like all the shadows blurred together and it's not as clear.
Yeah.
But
I could see what it was. I just didn't really care
Yeah.
because what the first Avengers did of just like having all the character logos and like iconic attributes appear, like you can do that once. But this time, now they're in shadows. It's like I don't care.
Yeah.
Give me something different, please.
I would actually take the shadows over just sculpture, like the stone
Yeah.
sculpture.
Really?
Yeah,
I
'cause
think
at
I
least
would too.
I think it's more visually appealing, even though it may not be as colorful per se. But I think it's more visually appealing.
so
So,
you want to
yeah.
put this in C tier above Age
Yes.
of Ultron?
Yeah, I'll
Interesting.
agree to that.
Okay. I was not expecting that. I thought, yeah, because in hindsight, yeah, it does look kind of ugly. I do like Tom Holland in Spiderweb Shadows. I do think
Yeah,
that was cool.
that
I really
was-
enjoyed that.
The obvious choice, but
yeah.
it worked.
But I don't know. The kid in me was like, oh, that's cool. I listen. While we're on the subject, before we move on, I do not like Captain America: Civil War
It's not great.
because people love it. But here's the thing: I think it makes Captain America very unlikable because he's like,
Not as bad as the comics did.
well, his whole thing is like, oh, we should not be regulated because what if the government like makes us do like, but you guys killed so many people, like
Yeah.
what? So, anyways, I don't like Civil War because it kind of. I don't know. I disagree with Captain America, and I don't like that there's a movie that makes me disagree with Captain
You're
America because I
supposed-
like Captain America.
I mean, ideally, they're both supposed to be kind of right,
but they're not though.
but they're not,
because
and that's really hard to write.
Listen. In real life, there's never going to be a situation where both sides are kind of right. Okay, one side is always going to be
been
slightly
a few.
more right than the other.
I could think of one or two, but
We're not going to again.
telling stories about those is really hard and complicated.
Anyways, I'm on Team Iron Man, even though I like Captain America more as a person. So, Doctor Strange.
That's well, they're all playing over the bomb, and We'll Meet Again is playing.
Here, Scott Derrickson also directed Sinister.
Oh, that movie's terrific.
good movie.
I mean, it does kind of look like a scene from Fantasia. Again, boring use of character names.
Yeah.
I like Michael Stuhlbarg. Benjamin Bratt.
Benjamin Bratt Summer.
Yeah, he's on Poker Face.
So I like the floating mandala.
Yeah, the spinning mandala from
yeah,
the movie.
it is pretty cool. And again,
But that's kind of all it had.
Yes, like I will say, like the 480p is not doing it justice.
No, but
and also, it's been a long time since I've seen Doctor Strange, so I can't tell you if like some of the little details in the mandalas are callbacks to certain things.
Yeah.
Which it might. I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. I will say it is more visually appealing than the shadows.
Sure.
And it's definitely more visually appealing than stones. So
it's still, I would say, pretty mid. And again, when the actor names appear, it doesn't do anything. Like it would have been so, like when Peter Sellers' name appears, have the wheelchair and then also the presidential phone or something.
Yeah.
I would put it above Civil War, below Iron Man 2.
Sorry, just to be clear. So you guys appreciate Mickey Rourke doing the building this thing and the newspapers?
I do.
Honestly, I wasn't blown away by that scene, but I've been outvoted.
Okay, cool. By outvoted means his girlfriend.
And you also.
No,
I know you don't get veto,
I don't get a vote.
I lost the rock paper scissors game.
Okay.
I thought the Iron Man 2 opening, I was not that impressed by it, but it is in C tier, so I'm not gonna cause a fuss.
Yeah, I guess it's like splitting hairs. Okay.
It looks like the monster from Grabbers. I don't like this song as much,
Really?
but I like the visuals more.
Yeah, I actually like this song more than
More than Come and Get Some Love?
I mean I like both of them.
Yeah, I definitely prefer Redbone, but I don't mind ELO.
I just want to say this is the first MCU movie after Trump being president, and it was like it really cheered me up.
Yeah,
so
we
I like
needed
this.
something.
I like this
I
song.
forgot Tommy Flanagan was in this.
I'm getting flashbacks of watching this movie for the first time. I was in a dark place. Holy crap!
Don't blame you, I was too. I think we all were.
I mean, not just because of Trump. There's also my personal life.
Okay.
But
So was I, actually.
yeah, wait, this was when was this? 2016?
2017.
2017? Same, actually.
2017 was a bad year. Wait, did he hit the camera?
Looked like
I
it.
just realized Baby Groot hits the camera.
Is this all in one shot?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's cute. That's fun.
I would say, compared to the first Guardians of the Galaxy, it is a way better version of what Star-Lord did in the first movie.
Yeah.
Because he was just walking around in this planet, but now...
And dancing.
Yes,
But
now you've got Groot, who is in the middle of a battle.
An inherently more appealing character also.
Yes, it's like, so Baby Groot is just dancing around in the middle of the battle, and then you see all the characters interact with him during this whole thing, which I think is really, really fun.
And it works with the team element of the movie, because it's not called Star-Lord, it's called Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes, and also I love the use of Mr. Blue Sky by ELO.
Yep.
So,
I like Come and Get Your Love better, but overall I do think this is a better sequence.
Yes, absolutely. I think it's A tier.
Yeah, I'll give it I won't fight that.
Yeah,
This is Volume 2, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's A tier. I would put it. I might put it ahead of Iron Man 3.
Yeah, I think I would agree with that.
Yeah, all right.
Because I think I like the song usage and I like the visuals and I like that. I think it beats Iron Man 3 because it wasn't a clip show.
Yes.
It wasn't.
Clip show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and just in case this gets cut, we were just talking about how we're Canadian and we should not let the upcoming American election influence our state of minds too much. And that's mostly a message for myself because I am having so much anxiety. Anyway.
Well, save some anxiety for probably ever, because that's gonna suck.
I mean, that's not anxiety because he is just gonna win.
Probably.
So like, I mean, unless Justin Trudeau drops out and like replaces himself with Kamala Harris or something,
we'll have a union of crowns like Britain in 1603.
Anyways, let's move on.
Oh, and are we gonna do something creative with? Yeah, because he's the Vulture. Yeah, because he's Captain Planet.
Yeah, because he's a bunch of.
She's also in the movie.
Donald Glover.
I forgot he was in that. Briefly.
Yeah, Marissa Tomei is in fact as hot as the Roman god Venus. Yes.
Yeah. Also, this is the first one for Pastel Pictures, I believe.
Yeah.
She's also the one who is part of doing the Across the Spider-Verse and Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh!
That one's high up for me. One, because Blitzkrieg Bop by the Ramones is a
Good
jam.
song to start with.
Yeah.
It's a jam. I also I am always going to be a sucker for that kind of hand drawn like collage sort of look to things.
And just that they said let's pick a stylized form of animation that looks nothing like the rest of the movie but still captures the tone.
Yeah.
Is such a step up from dramatic zoom over a statue of a character in CG.
I was gonna say, you guys mentioned, it's like Scott Pilgrim or Juno.
Yeah.
I was about to say, because Spider-Man's a high school movie, so it makes sense. But then I remember, wait a second, Scott Pilgrim is not a high schooler.
No,
he's
he's
just
dating
dating one.
Just like Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh God.
Yeah.
But
Anyways.
no, that one's high up for me. And I was also making comparisons to, if anyone's out there who likes the band Tame Impala, watch the music video for Feels Like We Only Go Backwards. I bet you that the animators who did that video are possibly associated with creating the end credits for this one.
Or at least influential on it.
Absolutely. So I really like that one.
What do you think, A tier?
Oh, definitely high A tier. I would say though, do you think it's above Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 though?
That's a toughie.
I
Not quite.
Not quite.
I think to me, I would say Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is a little better.
Yeah.
And the only reason is that the way that they use the opening credits to introduce the characters is something that is unique. Whereas, while I love the artistic style of,
It's charming.
It is very charming, but I think Guardians of the Galaxy does more kind of have a dual purpose.
Yeah.
With
All right.
theirs, yeah.
That's true.
Okay. And to be clear, you do not want either of these. None of them are on the same level as the first Captain
I
America.
guess not.
Okay.
No,
I agree, because I love the Captain America one.
Yeah. The thing is the music, the original score. I love the use of the
old posters.
the old hand-drawn
Yeah.
posters. I love that look. So
Yeah. Okay.
we'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see. We'll see. Maybe we'll talk it out a little bit after. But so far, America's ass.
Ragnarok. I like the Mark Mothers Bow soundtrack. I like this one. This is one of the better movies too.
Yeah.
Haven't seen it. I know people really like it.
Definitely the best Thor movie.
Oh, easily.
The music does grate on me a little bit, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Really?
But I'm not judging, but whatever. I don't get a vote, so whatever.
The thing is, though, this is the same dude who created Whip It. So
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah,
He's a dog breeder. It didn't say Anthony Hopkins as Odin, so
Yeah.
how will I know who he played?
Wait, Anthony Hopkins is in this movie? Okay, what do we think?
I really like that one. I'm inclined to put it in a high A tier.
Yeah.
Like the music is it sets the tone of just this is a comic book movie. It's fun. There's some cool visuals, retro 80s aesthetics. Don't worry, it'll be great.
Yeah, it definitely has the retro 80s aesthetic. I like the use of the neon colors,
Yeah.
and it kind of reminded me a little bit of those paper, those 3D paper sort of sceneries, so you can see layers and stuff.
Yeah.
I kind of liked that. I also like the music, but that's maybe I'm biased there.
Mark Mothers Bow.
Yeah, who, if you don't know, was the lead singer of Devo.
Yeah.
And he's done a
A lot of movie scores.
Yes, he has.
Some TV.
Yeah, I would
And
say.
they did the thing of putting the actor's name over a relevant image of the character.
Yes. So I would say, to me, it's kind of high B. It's high B, or if it's going to go into A, do you think it's better than Thor the Dark World?
I personally...
Yes.
Okay.
You think so? Okay.
I personally like Thor the Dark Worlds more, but that's just me.
I
I think Thor
I
Ragnarok...
would I would put it above Iron Man 3.
You'd put it above Iron
Iron
Man 3?
Man, it's not a clip show.
I would put it above Thor, but I don't know about Iron Man 3. I quite like.
They're gonna figure it out. While they do that...
Okay. Dang.
It goes above Iron Man 3,
Okay.
but just below Spider-Man. That's fine.
Yeah.
I will say this though. The Thor Ragnarok thing isn't really my aesthetic. Even though I enjoyed the movie, I think that's kind of why I really disliked the sequel, Thor: Love and Thunder.
I like that aesthetic. When I saw the Love and Thunder trailer, I was excited and I thought this movie looks great. And I was disappointed.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna take a lot to beat
Yeah.
Spider-Man and Guardians of the Galaxy
Well.
Volume 2 in terms of the A tier.
Here
Yeah.
comes Black Panther. About time they finally gave him his own movie. He'd been here since Avengers.
Oh, wait, this is Kendrick
Kendrick?
Lamar, right?
This is Kendrick, yeah.
Wop, 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 wop,
Wop,
wop,
I'ma fuck 'em up.
wop, wop,
Wop,
wop,
wop,
wop.
wop.
I'ma
I'ma
do
do
my
my
stuff. Why you trolling like a bitch? Ain't you tired?
Tired. Strike a chord and it's probably
A
A
minor. We're in Toronto, by the way. We just hate
Yeah,
Drake that much.
fuck Drake. These are cool visuals.
This is my favorite font choice out of all the
Yeah.
trailers thus far.
It fits.
Yeah.
You know how if a movie's set in Russia, like even if something's written in English, the R's will be backwards. This is that, but for African letters.
What do you think?
That was really good. I really liked it. It's not quite top tier, but it's good.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I like the use of like the sand because it's calling back to like the sand that they use like when you want to go to the other world.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I like the call to that. I love the patterns, like basically kind of a nod to like kind of like African cultural patterns.
Yeah, because this movie, like, they put a lot of effort into the costuming.
Oh, they
won an Oscar, right?
Yeah, they've won an Oscar twice for both Black
for both?
Panther and Black Panther 2. I'm pretty sure.
All right, cool.
So yeah, I would say it's
Use
not.
of Kendrick was great.
I think Kendrick should have dissed Drake more.
I agree.
For no reason, no context. Makes no sense.
Why is he rapping about Drake in
Well,
this superhero movie?
This was 2018, right? The same year that we found out Drake had a hidden son. So
True. This is before Kendrick really involved himself.
Yeah,
in it,
but Kendrick should have jumped in here with this. Anyways,
By the way,
have some subliminals in there. You know what I mean?
maybe there were, and we just didn't notice it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's above Dark World, below Iron Man 3.
Okay, so we're putting it in a.
What? Okay, I think. What do you
Again,
think?
I would put it above Iron Man 3, but I think we put Iron Man 3 too high.
Okay.
So where are you putting it?
It's an A. It's definitely an A tier,
Yeah.
but it's not going to beat Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 or Spider-Man.
No, shall we rock, paper, scissors over whether it goes above Iron Man 3 or not?
Yes, again, let's do this again. Damn.
It
Okay.
goes just below Ragnarok.
Okay, so we're gonna put this in A minor.
Hey!
Anyways, they don't like us. We have a lot of these in A's.
Yeah, some of them, they got some good title sequences,
Yeah.
even when the movies are variable quality.
Yeah, we're probably gonna have to move them around, honestly.
We might.
But let's go to Avengers Infinity War.
I have not seen this either.
This is the first one with Thanos. Wrong again.
Is this opening or closing credits?
Closing.
Okay, so that I guess they because of what happened in Infinity War, I guess they went very.
They wanted to just end with like, blah,
Yeah.
movie over.
Yeah, they basically made it a funeral font.
Yeah, that's basically it.
I get why they made this choice.
Yes.
Well, also taking like the music, the font, like the.
Yeah.
Okay, so nothing's really happening here.
You still have to watch the whole thing.
Oh, damn it.
No, and Benedict Wong is the superior Benedict in the Doctor Strange films.
Dave Bautista is the best wrestler turned actor.
That's true.
Counterpoint, Andre.
But he only did one movie.
Is Andre
That's
a
not
good
true.
actor?
He only did one good movie.
Dave Bautista is the best wrestler turned actor, but Cena is very good as a comedic. He's
Yeah.
very good as
Good
a
at comedy.
comedic actor.
He's funny.
I think.
Yep.
Oh, I don't care.
Oh, okay.
Meh.
Okay. What are you doing?
I think this is a snap decision, don't you think?
That's a knee snapper. No,
Knee
that sounds too violent.
Break your knee.
Yeah.
Wait, was that intentional, or did you just like accidentally made up?
It was
like, a
intentional, and then I realized too
Okay.
late that like, oh, that's no good.
pun? No, that was good though.
Just considering what happened, along with it just being just literally just white font on a black background.
I get why.
Yeah.
Yes, I
But
get
it's
why
not-
too.
it's not what we're here for.
Should we just put it to Feige? What the fuck?
I think it's fair. I think
Yeah.
just because so we should have something in here, and
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna.
I haven't seen anything that bad yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let's with the acknowledgement that in context this was very affecting, but out of
Yeah.
context it's like.
And normally, I've said I don't like it when they take themselves too seriously. This is the one case where
Yeah.
I think it's actually justified.
because you want it to
You
like.
need to punch your audience in
Yeah.
the stomach a little bit.
And it was a really great movie ending, but outside of the context.
Yeah,
just
and
the
that is
really
how
bogus.
the criteria we set
Yeah,
at the beginning.
exactly. Okay, next is Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Oh, I was watching them on the screen.
Yeah. That doesn't count though. That was the scene before the
Oh,
credits.
okay.
It's like the same song as Iron Man 3, kind of.
A little bit.
It's along the same line.
Yeah.
It strikes the same chord
Yeah.
in terms of like.
And it's probably A minor.
We're just gonna do this.
It has the right tone of like Saturday morning cartoon,
Yeah.
which is all I want from these movies.
I like the miniatures. I like.
Yeah, that's fun.
They're actually doing something creative with the concept.
Yeah. If all the characters were played by little.
That would be
Multiverse
better.
that shit.
That would be better.
I would love it.
I wish there was an Ant-Man movie in like the 70s. Or
I
80s.
would love to see a Thunderbirds version of this. It'd be so cool.
Randall
Randall
Park.
I like how they showed the
Randall
name.
Park was so good on The Office.
Yeah, I like how they showed the names for like Bobby Cannavale and Judy Greer. Fuck the little girl. You don't need to know who she is.
Yeah.
I mean, I think maybe you don't want to show. I think there might be some rule against showing kids.
For the same reason that on Bluey, they don't even tell you who does the voices of the child characters. Like, they're not even credited.
Yeah. I will say, because I know I've been like going on Iron Man 3 and saying how much I quite like it. This is a better version of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like how they use it's a first of all huge improvement from the first Ant-Man.
Lame.
Definitely. Yeah.
Very lame.
Lame film.
This is way better. It strikes a similar tone to Iron Man 3, but I love how they use the miniatures.
Yeah.
They had one for everybody, so you can kind of see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's better than Iron Man 3.
You know what the music reminded me of?
What?
The Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah.
Which had a similar, like, ba-da-ba-da-bow kind of music.
So we want to put it here?
Yeah, I think that works.
Do we want to move Thor down to high B?
Oh, can I would say I would move Thor down to high B. I would also put Ant-Man and the Wasp over Black Panther, in my opinion.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Yeah, I think the miniatures is like unique. And it's not just.
And
I mean,
works
it might
for
be
the theme,
CGI.
It's charming. It could be, but whatever.
Yeah, but it looked pretty convincing.
I would also say it's better than Thor Ragnarok too. I would actually put it closer.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would too.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Cool. I think as we keep moving on, we might just keep kicking.
I love how Iron Man
Yes.
3 has been like our
Let's
like.
kick Iron Man 3 down to B. And
Iron
let's
Man-
kick Guardians down to C. And Hulk down to D.
Wait, oh, do we want to do that? Gabby, do you agree? Because I feel like both of you.
But the thing is, okay, I feel like the B tier has been our music tier, basically being like, the credits have been kind of meh,
Yeah.
but we really like the song.
I feel like Guardians should be a tier above Iron Man 2, to be
And
honest.
it's if B is the widest tier, okay.
That's fine, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, based on the Marvel comic.
Oh, I thought it was based on the...
DC?
I thought it was based on the EC...
I thought this was the DC Captain Marvel. You know,
Oh,
he
yeah.
says the word and he gets into a grown-up.
I agree.
Kitty!
Space Kitty.
Kitty!
Well, what do we think? I really like that.
It's quite good.
Yeah.
Much
I-
better than a movie.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the movie was kind of mid for me, in my
It's kind
opinion.
of boring, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the reveal that the Skrulls are not, in fact, the bad guys.
I like
Yeah. I would say it is better than... Okay, first of all, I like the use of Hole.
Yeah, it works.
It does work
Oh,
very
is that
well.
the artist name?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't
Well,
know.
it's
Courtney
Love's
Love's
band.
band. So yeah, I would say...
For the record, Courtney Love did not kill Kurt Cobain.
Glad we got that out of the way.
Just get that out right now. She didn't kill Kurt Cobain.
All right. I
She's
think...
not a nice person, but whatever.
I feel like the B tier has basically become our music tier. I would say it is better than Iron Man, but under Avengers.
Well, but I feel like the visuals are also really good, though.
Oh.
The visuals are pretty
Yeah,
good.
the visuals are
Yeah.
really good.
Are pretty good. So
It's
now
like-
the question is, I think it's B tier, but where do you want to put it in terms
B
of
is becoming decent company. I think it's better than Avengers, but not as good as Dark World.
Yeah, I
Okay,
think
so
that's
yeah,
fair.
so in B, yeah.
Yeah,
So
and like I said when we were watching it, in case it gets cut, I feel like it does space much better than Thor 1.
Yeah.
Because it has things in space, like
Yes.
people. Because the thing about space is it's only cool relative to a person because it's so big.
Yeah.
It's
So-
called space.
Yeah.
Because it's
Yeah.
just space.
So without like a human like something recognizable to a
Yeah.
human, you don't really capture how like
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it
impressive
has little visuals for all the characters.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's something.
And there's a
we
kitty.
care
There's a
about.
space
There's
kitty.
a space kitty.
I'm also kind of tempted to move Winter Soldier to C, to a high C, in my opinion.
That was the one with the shadows?
Yeah.
No. That was
the one
Civil
with the,
War.
That was Civil War.
No, this
The-
is the one with like the
the
star wipes, the black
Oh
and white.
yeah,
It
they were
kinda
doing
looked
kind
like
of a Saul Bass.
City thing.
Yeah.
I'm tempted to put it high. Like I put it above Iron Man 2.
And leave Guardians here.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Again, because the B tiers kind of become our music tier.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Redbone is, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
God, Come and Get Your Love is such a good song.
It's such a jam.
All right.
Okay. Moving on to Endgame.
Oh, we're just doing this again?
No, there's more.
All right. All right, there's something happening.
By the way, even though it's called Endgame, there are quite a few movies after this. So.
I know. It's an adaptation of the Samuel Beckett play.
Right now, if you just told me this is the ending of a romantic comedy,
Yeah.
I would have believed you.
I get they're trying to convey glamorous 1940s wartime where Captain America is femme,
Yeah.
but
Because right before the end credits, he goes back in time to his.
To go and be
Peggy.
with his love. Yeah.
Oh, Chadwick Boseman, R.I.P. Wakanda
R.I.P.
forever.
kind of forever.
Brie Larson, R.I.P.
I like this that it looks like they're being projected onto a screen.
Oh yeah, because it's like a movie. You're watching a
Yeah.
movie. How did they even do this effect? This is actually really cool.
They probably just projected it onto a screen and then
Okay.
filmed the screen.
Tessa Thompson, R.I.P. Renee Russo, R.I.P.
Tom Hiddleston.
Can't believe they recast him. The superior Benedict.
Benedict Wong, R.I.P.
I love
You
him on
think Benedict Wong is the superior Benedict over Cumberbatch?
Yeah.
by leagues.
Okay, we are talking about this after. We're
Well,
getting
then
this.
you clearly need to watch more of Look Around You. Because he's really good in that.
Benedict Wong?
Yeah, he's great.
He's in.
He's in Look Around You, yeah. He's an inventor. And he was on What We Do in the Shadows.
Okay, What We Do to Shadows is excellent. It's fun.
Jeremy Renner! Oh, shit!
Yeah.
They were really excited.
And they're
bought
getting
the
him to
app.
sign. They're getting him to sign
Yeah.
to do their signature. People were crying in the theater when I went to see this
Alright.
because I went the first
Yeah,
weekend.
same.
Oh, Mark Ruffalo! I love Mark Ruffalo.
He's charming.
I will drop kick Chris Hemsworth to get with Mark Ruffalo.
What about Chris Evans?
I still like Mark Ruffalo.
What about Chris Pine?
He's nice too, but I like Mark Ruffalo.
This is another one that, in context, it's like super affecting if you followed all these movies.
Yeah, it's like, and it is the final Avengers movie.
Well,
So far, but
So for
yeah,
now.
they're already working on a fifth one.
Yes, well they have 5 and 6 coming
yeah,
out.
because
But
they like money.
they do,
but,
and so does
can't hold that
Robert, and so
against
does
them.
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
If we put Infinity War in F, we have to put Endgame in F for the
I
same
mean,
reason.
No, it's not that. It's
I
not,
don't know.
No
I
way,
would-
it's not the same.
it's not-
The
They're
same.
the exact same, except one of them has stock footage playing.
No, I will say no. It's definitely not in the F tier. I think, to me, I think it's in C tier, but it's fairly low C tier.
So how low are we talking about?
I think I prefer it over Hulk, but whether I like it, let me think if I want it over Age of
Over
Ultron.
Age of Ultron
I do
versus
not
statues.
understand how this is better than the Infinity War credits.
Because at least, okay, the first half, the only reason, it's definitely not B, A, or S, but I'm thinking more in the sense of like, yes, the first half of the end credits basically looks like the ending of a romantic comedy,
Yeah,
and then it goes into like the film footage, which
but that's just like it's a clip show.
yeah,
It's just a clip show.
yeah,
that's lame.
It's basically fan service. This is fan service.
Yeah,
Fan
and
service
that's
credits. For me though, like if I have to go, I would say low C in my opinion. If we're just talking about the end credits, but with context, it makes sense of why they did it, right?
lame. Yeah, but so does the end of Infinity War.
Yeah, but that just has nothing. That is literally just white.
They
text
should have
and-
shown you 50% of the names of everyone involved.
Yeah,
That would have been great.
The one thing though is that
You
this.
see the first half
yeah.
the letters.
I would say.
Oh, I get it. That's funny. Okay.
It'll be perfectly balanced as
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
should be.
Yeah, I would say C tier in my opinion.
I love Josh Brolin in Goonies.
Yes.
So C, like
Let's split the difference. D.
where in D or where
Mid.
do you guys
Exact
think?
middle.
You think mid?
Mid D. Above Ant-Man, below Thor.
Okay, fine.
Okay,
Fine.
cool.
Also, you can't see it, but our cat is here.
Yeah.
Yeah, our cat Sunshine is here.
I'll put a cute picture of her in the video, or I'll cut this whole sequence.
Okay, so now we have our first post-Endgame movie, Spider-Man Far From Home. Have you guys seen this movie?
No,
Yeah,
Okay.
I've seen them all.
I haven't.
So he's going
This
through
is the one where he fights Captain Maximum.
That's so charming. I like that.
Yeah. I like that these are just like pictures of the actors like
Yeah,
moving
it's got
around.
a scrapbook. I didn't realize how many of these Kobe Smulders was in.
Yeah, because she's in Shield.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know him. He was in Terror.
Arrow. We recently saw that.
Yeah, Pharaoh
It's not
was
good.
not a good movie.
No.
I kind
it's
of liked
not.
it, but it wasn't good.
It's cheesy as fuck.
It's so hokey.
So where do we want to put this?
I like that. It's charming.
I think we're gonna have to use the original one as like a
Yeah,
I don't.
okay.
It is just as
Comparison.
charming, but I think I like the first Spider-Man
It doesn't
more.
improve on the previous one. It's a worthy successor, but
Yeah.
it's less of the like breath of fresh air.
Yes, I agree. I think I would put it between Thor Ragnarok and Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I can roll with that.
Okay. Another A tier.
Yeah. Also, like you said that movie, they're in London. Like they're in.
I don't remember, but they drive over
For
the
part of it, they're
Union
in
Jack.
London.
They drive. I'm
There's a
assuming
Union
they-
Jack
Oh yeah,
sticker
yeah. No,
on
the
the
climax
harness.
is in London. Right. I just
Yeah.
read that.
So like my thinking is that why did they use an American band? I wish that they.
Well, no,
used,
because
like,
they also
he's American
go
and
to-
he's in Europe, so he's on his vacation, and vacation's all he ever wanted.
Which is yes, which I get that, but it would be nice to have had that little touch.
Well, they use the Ramon. No, the Ramones are also American, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
They sing with English accents, but they're from. Oh, let's go! And then they're behind the scenes like Mrs. Krabappel. I need my drumsticks now.
Okay.
I think that's a good place to put it.
Yeah.
I'm happy. With that.
I just want to say this is my favorite Spider-Man movie
Yeah.
because it has Mysterio. Mysterio is the best Spider-Man villain ever.
And the bit when Spider-Man, kills the guy with the gerbils. He like makes the gerbils burrow through the guy, and then
Yeah.
like Captain America and El Santo.
Okay, Black Widow openings title sequence.
Oh, I do remember this.
Wait, Scarlett Johansson's in this?
Oh, the moody cover version for the film trailers.
Well, this isn't the trailer. This is
I
the
know.
opening credits.
That's why it's kind of eye rolling. Hey, Ray Winstone. Does she have pig DNA?
No, I think it's comparing the treatment of these
Oh,
girls
like
to
the livestock?
the treatment of lives. Yeah. Wait, was that Jimmy Carter? Don't you dare slander the Jimmy Carter name. You can slander Bill Clinton as much as you want. I don't care.
Yeah, he just leaves. So is this the intro to a fun superhero movie or Eastern Promises?
It is a fun superhero movie. This makes it look way darker than it actually is. I just want to say, first of all, yeah, the movie is not as dark
That
as
title sequence is a bummer, man. I didn't like it.
Yeah, it's about
Yeah.
women being trafficked and stuff.
Yeah, like that's not. These are goofy Saturday morning superhero movies. This is not the right medium, not the right tone to take on the subject of human trafficking and sex slavery.
Well,
I
they're
will-
not sex slaves. They're
Okay,
they're
good,
they're
but-
getting turned into like
Assassins.
All right.
But you know the undertone of sex slavery is there, such as
Yeah.
with Bill Clinton being very prominent.
Well, you know, you see a bunch of girls in a tanker and people speaking with Russian accents, your mind goes to the worst assumption.
Yeah. I think, okay, if we're going to compare it to, like, for example, like Hulk, which is also establishing what happened. This is better. This
Yeah.
this
I'm
is,
not sure it is.
I
It
think
has
I
better
think
music. I do like this cover.
I don't, honestly.
You know?
It feels like it should go in the movie trailer for something really lame.
Yeah. I will say I'm not the biggest fan
Morbius
of
2.
I will say I'm not the biggest fan of the cover of Smells Like Teen Spirit, but I would say in terms of if you're going to be using your opening sequence to establish the story and basically do a montage of what happens to her from when she is kidnapped and brought into this assassin program to the present day, it's not a bad sequence. It's definitely. I would say it is. Ooh, I'm going between high C, low B, in my opinion.
I think C is as good as it deserves. I would put it under Doctor Strange.
Well, Doctor Strange,
no.
really.
No, actually, no.
No.
Your Doctor Strange titles were kind of boring.
No. I would put
This
it.
is at least a little more high concept.
I would say it is better than. I would say put it at the top of C tier for now.
Okay.
Or top of C tier, or even Yeah, let's put it there for now, and maybe I might actually
All right.
advocate for it being.
It is a
bumped
little
up.
more high concept than some of these.
I
It's not
just-
just a pretty visual, I'll give it that.
I just want to say, just because of the proximity, imagine Guardians of the Galaxy 1 or 2, where that's the song they're listening to, like, he's still dancing, like, everything's happening, but it's that cover.
Lights out. He's just like dead. That'd be silly.
Oh, God, okay. Okay, next we have Shang-Chi and the Legend of the
Ten Rings.
Ten Rings. This song is by Anderson .Paak.
But that's just because Anderson .Paak is cool.
Yeah.
No, but the visuals are cool.
Calling it now? What's in the sky?
Oh, yeah, they got Trevor back for this one.
Tony Loon.
Yeah, he's good.
Hey, well, he's not. Tony Loon is on Chungking Express.
Yeah, he is. He's in.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I've always seen In the Mood for Love. He's the main guy. I have a thought, and I have to
Okay.
get this out. Is that, do you remember, like, the early 2000s hip-hop videos where everyone, maybe even 90s as well, because TLC did it with Waterfalls, where everyone loved that sort of watery sort of look?
That
where,
was all that CGI could do for a while.
Yes. So I feel like this is a hearkening to that, because not only do you have, like, the cool Anderson .Paak track
Yeah,
in the
which
back.
has a very, like, old school hip hop.
Yes, and then you have like the watery figures and stuff. It just reminded me of like all those like old like Hype Williams videos.
Yeah, alright.
So yeah.
I do not remember that,
Okay.
but I wasn't watching music videos. And...
I wasn't either.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know if it's obvious, but like I've watched this movie a lot of times. Because, you know, here's the thing. I'm Chinese.
And you live in Toronto?
Yeah.
And Simu Liu?
Yes. Simu Liu is like where I could be if I focus. When I was like a teenager, I wanted to be an actor, but then I gave up on that dream. And Simu Liu is where I could be. I could be Shang-Chi right now.
You could have been on Kim's Convenience, man.
I could have. I met the person who wrote Kim's Convenience.
You could be shilling Cheetos.
I could be shilling. I could be making bank shilling Cheetos.
He's in so many ads.
You know what I fucking
Make
hate?
that money, dude.
You know what I fucking hate? Every time I watch his when he does that thing for Google or whatever, and he uses the word boba to describe bubble tea. No, you fucking fake American.
Yeah,
it's called bubble tea. Anyways, I have feelings about Simu Liu, but I like this movie. I like getting a Chinese superhero. Here, let me say something about representation, okay? So
Yeah.
here's what representation is like.
Go off, King.
So, like, it's like if you imagine you live in a small town next to a big city, and every once in a while your favorite artist comes and they don't go to your small town, they go to the big city. So you drive all the way to the big city and you watch the concert, and you enjoy it. You know, you enjoy it as much as the person next to you, and they say, you know, hello New York, and you scream even though you're not from New York. But what if one day that artist goes to your small town and says, hello Hamilton or whatever? How happy would that
Not
make
near
you?
New York.
You know what I mean? Just like just
right.
an example. I don't know any freaking small towns next to New York.
I don't know.
That's what it's like when
Hello,
you're like,
Utica.
hello Utica. That's what it's like when you
not
get.
in Utica. No, it's an Albany expression.
That's what it's like when you get like some representation that you don't expect. Anyways,
That is a good simile.
Yes.
I make fun, but that is a good simile. Yeah, that was a cool title sequence. It gets a few points off for having the actor names appear just at random, but the visuals were cool and fun, and the song was groovy, and I felt like, yeah, this is gonna be a fun kung fu adventure.
yes.
What are we thinking? High B,
I wouldn't say high B.
low A,
S, high S.
No. No.
Mid B? I don't know.
I think it's kind of it's definitely better than
I would put it just below Guardians.
just below Guardians.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, now that I think about it, it was cool. It wasn't that cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
We're being very generous to the first Iron Man here.
We really are. But
Well, I mean, it was the first one we ranked, so
And it was
we
the
put
first
it in
one they
B.
made,
Yeah,
so they're already doing something fun and
But
stylized.
you know, if we afterwards we could like move it around.
Yeah, I think we're probably gonna move around some stuff.
Yeah, okay.
I think we're gonna bump down some stuff.
we may.
Yeah.
Next we have Eternals, also made by a Asian person. I'm being very like overt with my Asian.
I
friends.
liked Nomadland.
Did Chloe
was
Zhao
good.
win Best Director for Nomadland?
I think so.
I think so.
Stonehenge, well, a man's a man.
To be fair, this was
Sorry.
the Oscars for movies that came out in 2020, so like not a lot of competition. Let's be honest there.
I like all of these like things from all around the world. We got our Egyptian stuff. We just had, I think that little wooden doll was from like the Solomon Islands. Here's some like Assyrian or something, Mesopotamia jam. This is cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I just bought an Eternals book earlier today.
Oh, that's Babylonian. That's the Ishtar Gate. some kind of medieval thing, bio-tapestry looking motherfucker.
It's weird that this is all CGI. Because some of it looks real.
Yeah. Ramin Djawadi, hell yeah. I like him.
Same guy who did Game of Thrones.
And Pacific Rim.
I will say, for one of the title credit sequences that are basically doing close-ups of certain pieces, it is a very nice one.
Oh, I'm digging this Indonesian shadow puppetry. Oh, it's the 10 Rings. Barry Keoghan is an Aztec. Yes, please. I liked that one. I thought it was pretty cool. It's not the absolute best, but I liked the kind of archaeological, like, emphasis on these old artifacts, and it because they're supposed to have like been all around the world since ancient times. This idea of like the Eternals being reflected in all these pieces of art. It's the sort of thing that you see in like some of the MonsterVerse movies, but not done as well here as it is there.
Yeah. No, I would say that for, again, like the running pattern of like, you know, inner workings, like close-ups of certain things.
Textures.
Yes, I will say this is one of the nicer ones that they've done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool.
So where do you think?
I would put it between Black Panther and Iron Man 3.
Between Black Panther and Iron Man.
So
3.
either the bottom of A or the top of B is where I would put it.
Gabby, what do you think?
I think it is between Thor and Captain Marvel. I think it's higher than Captain Marvel, but I do kind of like Dark World a little more.
Dark World had a cool one. I think we rated Iron Man 3 too high, but I've said that.
We can move things around later.
Yeah. What do you think?
Let us rock, paper, scissors to see where it goes in relation to Iron Man 3.
All right.
I say higher.
Rock, paper, scissors.
All right, you win.
So where does it go?
So it's going between Captain Marvel and Dark World.
Well, now we have to rock, paper, scissors again for where it goes in relation to Thor. No, it's fine. I won't fight it.
Okay, cool. Got it. By the way, Eternals, not a bad movie.
It was all right.
People didn't like it, but like I can understand like, oh, there's too many characters and stuff, but it's like
It's Marvel. You think there are too many characters?
Well, I mean, the thing is, too many characters in one movie, but also it's like...
no, but we hated Endgame because it had too many characters.
But Endgame, they had characters like built up from other...
That's
whatever. True. But anyways, there might be too, but like pacing is a problem that only affects the first time you watch it. If you watch it again, it's not that big a deal.
That sword fight at the beginning was really good.
Yeah.
I'm digging this old school hip hop.
Yep. This is, what is...
Does it could be Fight Dog?
No, the thing, I'm pretty sure this is De La Soul.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this does sound like De La Soul.
Pretty sure this is De La Soul. From 3 feet and high.
Yachino.
3 feet and was it 3 feet high? 3 feet and climbing? What the heck is the name of that album?
I don't know.
It's a famous... I remember this for this movie. This is one of the first movies I got to see in the theater. Because this came out just like around 2022, right?
Yeah.
Or 2021. No, it's 2021.
Late 2021.
Yes, because this is one of the first movies I got to see in the theater in a long time.
I like the visuals to represent the villains. The Superior Benedict.
Marissa Tomei.
I liked her in My Cousin Vinny.
Tobey Maguire, my
and
favorite.
Franco Fanchetti.
My favorite Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire.
By the way, it's called 3 is a magic number because there are 3 Spider-Men, just in case you guys...
Oh, yeah.
Just in case
this
there
is
was
the third Spider-Man movie of its series.
Yeah.
They should have gotten Dane DeHaan back.
They should have got Paul
70s show
Giamatti.
guy. Yeah, they should have got Paul Giamatti.
Paul Giamatti needed to be more. He was so funny.
I
He was
don't
the
think
best.
he
though.
wanted to. That was a cool one. I liked it.
I think the Spider-Man MCU.
Yeah, they're all pretty similar.
They're
in
all
concept.
similar, but they're all excellent. Like
Yeah.
I really like them all.
They're well done.
Now the question is, where do they rank between?
Where did we put Spider-Man 2? There, okay.
There.
I would put this above Spider-Man 2, and maybe even above Spider-Man 1. That's just me, though. Because I like the song, and I like how the visuals are, like...
I like this song better than
representative of, like-
Blitzkrieg Bop, so I agree.
But I would say, I think it's better than Far From Home. I'm debating whether I like it more than the first. I think it's okay. Do you think it's better than Ant-Man and the Wasp?
No.
The miniatures.
No.
No, that was really charming, and the upbeat jazz music, like that was great.
I think I like it better than Far From Home. So if anything, can we have
All right,
it
let's
in
put it between those.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Cool. I like the. By the way, I just want to say I like the evolution of the art. How it's like first it's like it's like someone doodling in their notebook, and then it's like it's a scrapbook of a vacation, and here it's like
It's
because this
scrap
one's like
paper.
about like multiverse stuff. It's all about like scientific like
Yeah.
drawings
Yes.
It's
and
clever.
math and stuff. But
No,
yeah, it's
it
clever.
is very, very clever.
Yeah.
Honestly, I can't. You know, we've put some praise on some of the less well liked Marvel movies. I can't tell the good ones from the bad ones. I watched the one everyone says like this one is so good, like it was fine. I watched the one everyone's like this one is so bad, I'm like it was fine,
Yeah.
except for the first Thor, which I hated.
Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
I have not seen this one. Isn't this Sam Raimi?
Yes, it
This is Sam Raimi. Well, quote Sam Raimi, unquote. Like I don't.
Okay.
with heavy studio interference.
Okay, if this isn't Danny Elfman, like I don't know what it is. This is the most Tim Burton fucking score.
The Rorschach plots are interesting.
Yes.
It looks very spooky and old school horror movie.
Well, that's the thing. It wasn't Multiverse of Madness supposed to be kind of scary?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
not. It wasn't that
Not
scary.
as much
but there
as you
were,
probably
There were
wanted it
some
to be.
scenes that were kind of scary, but you could tell that
There's
the
some-
studio heavily.
Yeah. The font looks kind of The Omen.
I'm still trying to find out who does the music. Come on, Danny
Yeah,
Elfman. There
of
it is.
course.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
It's a
disappointed.
good score.
I'm disappointed. I really wanted this Danny Elfman score.
I
be done
wanted
by
it to be
someone who's
Joseph
not Danny
LaDuca. Because he's
Elfman. Sarah Holly.
done a lot of stuff for Raimi.
This is still kind of a clip show, though. Honestly, it's like a it's like a Rorschach kind of.
Yeah,
It is
the
a
Rorschach
it's a
motif is cool, but
It is. It is kind of a cool looking clip show, though. I do like the Rorschach.
yeah, just
look.
showing us their faces is a little boring.
It would be cool if like the blobs were kind of morphing into their face.
Yeah.
That would have been cool, but
That's a cow. That's just
That's
a
a
cow,
bull.
you guys.
so what do you see?
I like him.
Yeah. So
I
what do
see
you
Michael
see?
Stuhlbarg's face. I see Rachel McAdams, I like what I see.
Regina George. There it is.
Okay.
Where do you want to put that?
See?
Where on C?
I don't know.
Like, okay, let's talk a little bit about what we liked.
I liked it better than the Doctor Strange 1,
Yeah.
but I don't know if I liked it as much as the Iron Man 2.
Okay.
Well, you guys really like Mickey Rourke bang.
I didn't love that scene, honestly. I thought that was kind of whatever.
Yeah. Okay, I do think it's better than Iron Man 2.
Okay.
Whether I think
This
it's
is as good as...
I think it's better than Winter Soldier. Wait, I don't know if it's better than Winter Soldier because I like the Saul Bass.
Let's put it between Winter Soldier and Iron Man 2.
Okay.
I like the old school, like, Omen kind of 70s horror vibes, but I don't like the fact that it turns into a clip show at the end.
Okay, that's pretty fair. Wait, where's the first one? Oh, there's the first one. Okay. But,
Love and Thunder is disappointing, but, like, it wasn't that bad. The visuals are great. It's got cool monsters.
Yeah.
It's not what I hoped it would be, but I didn't really get all the hate for it. Good use of Sweet Child of Mine.
Yeah.
It's the Van Halen logo. It looks like the Van Halen logo.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out
Very
which
colorful.
bands they're referring to. That's Ozzy Osbourne for sure.
Yeah. Prince.
Oh yeah, that's Prince. I was like, that looks familiar.
What is that?
Oh, I should know that. I don't know.
What's this? We're just getting names.
The
and
names, but the font choices are really fun.
Yeah.
And I like the colors flying by. So I'm gonna be nice to it, but it's not the best.
It's not better than the
No.
first one.
No.
Simon
Simon
Russell
Russell
Beale
Beale
was
was
It's not. It's
I
not,
love him.
It's not better than Ragnarok.
No.
Yeah.
It's not better than Thor Ragnarok.
No.
No.
It's not as good as Black Panther.
Yeah, I don't think it's as good as Black Panther.
I'm
No.
I'm
'Cause
inclined
they're-
to put it somewhere in the B tier though.
Yeah, the visuals weren't as interesting as.
No,
I mean,
they're
there
not.
weren't really any visuals other than the font
No,
choices, so I don't.
I don't think so. I would put it above. I would put it above Iron Man.
Yeah, okay.
But also, but I'll put it above Iron Man. But also, like, I do like Sweet Child of Mine.
Yeah, that's true.
So again, if we're going to
Yeah.
go by music, I would put it between Avengers and Captain Marvel.
I don't always like Guns N' Roses, but I like that song.
So here,
I would say
Yeah.
yeah.
consensus. Okay.
Yes.
Cool. I am indifferent to Guns N' Roses, but you guys have final say.
I like the bit in that movie when they were on the ship and there was the sea serpent. I don't want to spoil it. This is Wakanda Forever?
Yes, it is.
I think Namor actually predates Aquaman.
Yeah. Aquaman was a ripoff of Namor.
He was, I think. But, you know, Thanos is a ripoff of Darkseid. Captain Marvel's a ripoff of Captain Marvel.
Not even really.
No, they have nothing in
They have
common.
nothing in common
Except the
other than-
names. So I'm
Well, I
guessing
mean,
this
here's the
is...
thing, though. We don't know, because I don't think Captain Marvel has ever said the word Shazam. What if she says it and then...
And then like, whoa!
Whoa, I had this power. I
Turned
turned
into a
into
right-wing
Zachary
man.
Levi.
Ew. Stop that.
Turned into an RFK supporter. Does Rihanna also hate Drake?
She's worked with him a bunch of
I
times.
think she
but
dated him at one point, briefly.
She probably does. Plenty of people who've worked with Drake will tell you that he's an asshole.
Oh, yeah.
This is a good way to open the movie and like with the acknowledgement that like Chadwick's not going to be in this one.
Well, it's
so-
closing.
Yeah.
It's the closing.
Oh, okay. Julia Louis-Dreyfus is in this.
Yeah.
I think this is how you do a somber
Yes.
end credit.
Compared to some of these other ones which were trying too hard.
Like, you know, for
Where's-
example, Avengers Infinity War. Also gave us the very first original Rihanna song in a very long time.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. I can't remember the last time I heard of original Rihanna.
She was really overexposed for a while. I'm glad she's decided to space it out a bit.
I mean,
She became a billionaire because of Fenty.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's
Fenty?
keeping her busy.
Fenty Beauty.
It's her makeup brand.
Oh.
Yeah.
I guess she doesn't need to do anything.
Also, she has Savage X Fenty, which is her lingerie line.
Oh.
She's also done well with that,
Hey,
too.
Good for her.
out of curiosity, do any of us know how to sing? Where should I put...
My job's alright.
Somewhere in B.
Do we like the Rihanna song more or less than Sweet Child of Mine?
I kind of like, ooh. How far up in B do you want to put it?
I don't know. Probably above Iron Man. Probably above Avengers. I'm not sure if I would put it in relation to Love and Thunder.
I think I would put it above I would put it above Avengers. Yeah.
Before Love and Thunder?
Yeah. Kind.
Yes,
Because I
I'd
feel-
put it above Love and Thunder.
I feel like the visuals are more interesting in Wakanda Forever.
I agree.
Compared
Yes.
to Love and Thunder, honestly.
Fair, because Love and Thunder is basically just a bunch of text and
Yeah.
flashing. Fair.
Yeah, and this one, you know, all we're seeing is some cloth
Yeah.
burning, but still.
I would put it above Love and Thunder.
I
Actually.
agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And I don't. In case this gets cut, I just want to say, I hope Rihanna also hates Drake.
Don't worry, that'll get cut too. I don't want Drake to cancel my shows at the theaters he owns.
That's actually been the thing.
Who does he cancel?
So, so this is gonna get cut. But Schoolboy Q, who is part of Kendrick's crew, he had a show scheduled at History, and History is Drake's partly owned
Wait,
venue.
Drake owns History?
Yes.
Wait,
Yeah.
was I in History before? Have I been to History?
I've been to History, but
Okay.
yeah, no.
Oh, I went to Rebel. Never mind.
Yeah, so Drake co-owns History.
Okay.
Right, co-owns History, and basically canceled his show last minute.
That's stupid.
Yeah, that's such a petty dick move.
Drake sucks.
Drake sucks as an artist and as a human being.
Okay. And these are Toronto people,
Yeah,
though.
we live in
Yeah.
Toronto.
Yeah.
I'm
He
not-
does not
I'm-
represent the six.
I'm not-
Cardinal Official, actual
Yeah.
Toronto rapper.
Chaos.
Yeah, Bacardi slang.
Snow, even.
Snow.
Let's not go too far. Let's
All right.
not
No,
get ahead of ourselves
Cardi's
here.
cool,
All right, let's
though.
not overstate.
Cardi's cool. Chaclair, Baby Blue Sound.
Oh, you're the only one of us who is actually like from Toronto,
Proper? Well,
Yeah.
I was born
All
in
right.
Toronto, yes.
and I'm counting Mississauga as Toronto. But,
No. I was actually born in
Yeah,
Toronto.
but you grew up in Mississauga, but I'm counting that as Toronto.
Okay, we're putting a lot of information out here.
All right, we'll cut this.
So our address is
All right, my number is 555.
My social insurance.
um,
I'll cut whatever feels too much, but you're the only one of us who's from the Toronto area,
Yeah.
I love that none of this is relevant to
and
Marvel.
you agree. Drake has never done a Marvel movie, so
Thank God.
that would be terrible. It'd be really sleepy and boring.
Yeah. Okay,
Right.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Quantumania. It's okay so far. I like the kaleidoscope.
Oh yeah, Bill Murray's in this one.
Did they go inside his body and meet Chris Rock?
I just
Because
saw.
they can shrink really small.
Yeah. I wonder if Chris Rock is in any of these.
I mean, Lawrence Fishburne was in the second Ant-Man movie.
Yeah.
He's the bad guy in Osmosis
Oh yeah,
Jones.
you're right.
He's really that character. Like Osmosis Jones, flawed film, great villain
The Ant-Man movies are just an Osmosis Jones reunion.
with only two actors,
Only
in
two.
and not at the same time.
I'm being honest, this is kind of boring me now.
Yeah, it's
Started
fun.
out too long. Not a
Started
lot
out
of.
kind of cool, but they didn't do much. With
No, honestly though,
Yeah, I didn't like that one.
no. If I'm gonna give the same criticism about Thor,
Yeah.
as in like it looks like a bunch of screensavers edited together, I have to say the same.
C or D?
I think it's a high D. I think it's better than Thor, but it's not by
Why
much.
is it better than Thor though?
Why is it not as good as Doctor Strange, which has the same problem?
Also, why is I feel like Doctor Strange is too high. Honestly,
Maybe. Yes, I agree. Let's bump
okay.
it down to the. Let's bump Doctor Strange down to the D.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm fine with
Put
that.
it next to Thor.
After Thor?
I would say it's
Before.
before.
So worse than Thor.
No, better.
No,
better,
better.
okay.
It's better than Thor.
And the one we just watched was
I would
right
say
between them.
okay.
But who cares?
Yeah, who cares? Are we sure though? Because
said don't go between them.
do we think the space scenes look better than the kaleidoscope scenes?
I think the kaleidoscope
No.
scenes are better than
Okay.
The kaleidoscope at least was a creative choice.
Okay.
yeah.
And so far, nothing's touching Captain America.
No.
And
guess
I'm
not.
so happy.
I
No,
guess not.
look, no one's touching America's
What were the
ass.
opening
Yeah.
scenes from Morbius?
it's just the best.
It's the Secret of Nim, but with a raccoon.
No. I haven't seen Volume 3. I've seen
Okay.
Volume 1 and 2.
Well, this is the beginning, so it's not spoiling.
I knew that there's something to do with Rocket.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, he's like been experimented upon.
Is he singing along to this song?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
Or not, I don't know. He was, but now he's not. His mouth was moving earlier.
I do like this. Well, I like Creep by Radiohead, but
Yes,
I like this. I like this acoustic version.
Wait, Michael Rosenbaum was in it?
Lex Luthor?
Sarah Holly Finn.
Yep.
The best caster in the world, apparently.
This one feels more like just the title sequence of a movie. It's well done, but it doesn't feel like get hyped for Marvel, you guys. It
Yeah.
feels like
I mean, it sets the tone of the movie.
yeah.
Because I have not been able to rewatch this movie.
I'm sad they made Karen Gillan cut off her gorgeous hair and speak without her gorgeous accent.
I'm sure she's wearing a bald cap.
So this one is
Yeah.
also a Stone Cold bummer, but I feel like it.
Do you like it? Do you like it better than Black Widow?
Yes, I feel like it does that in a way that works better for the kind of movie it is. It doesn't make me think about sex slavery.
It does make you think about cruelty to animals.
Yes, but in a way that feels very like it invokes Secret of Nim, in a way that feels very appropriate to this kind of popcorn movie.
Also, no rats were killed in the making of this sequence.
Yeah, he's a CGI raccoon.
Well,
for-
they were CGI rats that he was kicking in the first.
Oh yeah, but it was the cruelty to animals is framed as a bad thing in this.
Yeah, okay.
Not a cool, fun, hip thing.
Okay, so where I would put it in, the thing is, B is getting okay. Can I be honest? I would put Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 in, like, it is better than that first one for sure.
Is it
I think
worse
so.
than Iron Man 1?
I think it's better than Iron Man 1.
Is it better than the first Avengers?
Yes.
Is
Yeah.
it better than Thor: Love and Thunder?
No.
You like?
Well, yeah, okay,
yeah,
it
I
is.
would say it is.
Is it better than the Rihanna one?
Ooh.
No. Let's leave it there.
Okay,
Okay.
let's leave it there.
We can put
The thing is,
Shang-Chi down
I
to
think
C.
I think Shang-Chi should go down to C.
Yeah, just be as the tiers are redefined by what goes where.
Yeah.
All right,
Cool. Yeah, you guys should see this movie though.
I've seen it. It's good.
I'm
Guardiões del Galaxia. That's not the English poster.
Fez.
This is a pretty cool animation, I guess.
Yeah. It's not just like Thor: Love and Thunder's like words only.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely better than that.
like I like how the ship looks like something out of the comic book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how
the
stylized
bright,
it is.
vivid color scheme. Kind of reminds me of the Starlight Brigade music video.
Oh,
Nowhere near as good.
Ooh, Laura Cartman. This was a female composer.
That's cool. Is she carp? Is she man? She's neither. She's a woman.
She's Carp Woman. Sarah Holly Finn.
Yep.
Yay!
The name that shows up in all of these.
Some of the producers I'm seeing names come up a lot.
The young-
Oh yeah, I like her.
What's she in?
Beale Street Could Talk.
Oh. Iman Vellani, York Region represent.
I like that character. He was funny.
I really like the animation style.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it kind of reminds me of like the posters for the original Star Wars movies.
Yes, like
Just the posters,
like,
not the movies
I
themselves.
think I know where I'd like this to be placed.
All right.
I think I do.
Good font choice.
Yeah.
Fun retro visual style.
Yes.
I really
High
enjoyed
marks.
that.
I think this is high marks. This is an A.
Yeah, I think it's not there.
No, not there. Definitely. I think it's definitely high. I think it's better than Ragnarok. I think it does.
Yeah.
I think it does retro well.
Yeah, it does retro really, really well.
Yes.
What about compared to Far From Home? This
I liked it better.
second Spider-Man.
You like it better than Far From Home?
Honestly,
The
I want to
vacation
put this
one.
in S tier.
You want to put this in S tier?
Really?
I want to put this in S tier. I really liked that that animation style. I think this is what Marvel should be going for. This kind of like
Yeah, I really
pew
enjoyed it,
pew
too.
high flying tone.
Mm.
I would put it in S tier. Maybe not top of S tier.
I kind of agree, though, honestly.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's not up to me.
I think it's a high A, and I think it's a high A. It will be. Ooh, do I think it's better than one of the Spider-Man ones? Because I really like the Spider-Man.
I like this too.
one.
I think this is better.
Ooh, okay. I would put it between like Spider-Man, like what's the first one called again?
Homecoming.
Homecoming. Spider-Man Homecoming and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
I would put it above Guardians 2.
Wow, I really like Guardians.
I did too.
Damn. Okay.
I would put it above Guardians 2 and just below Captain America, the first
Do
Avenger.
you guys
Yeah.
want to rock, paper, scissors over this?
This is important. Rock, paper,
This
scissors.
is like, they actually care about this. Okay.
Rock,
Paper, scissors.
Damn it.
Gabby wins.
Yeah.
So it's going to go just below Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
For now,
Yes.
you could convince me.
All right.
I do enjoy that it's like a future version of the... Not future version, but like if it was an S tier, it'd be a nice contrast between
Yeah,
like past
exactly.
and future.
And it's like very neon colors. It's what I feel like Thor 3 and 4
Yeah.
were going
Yeah.
for. I think it just does that even better.
You know what I want to say? I just want to point out, what I notice is a lot of these, it's like the movie themselves are like kind of just like an action movie with like kind of a plot that's like similar to other Marvel movies, but they always try to just make themselves distinct through their aesthetic.
Yeah.
You know, so they like...
I wish they'd lean into that more.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Okay, what's next after this? By the way, I would say it again in case it got cut. Shout out to Amon Villani. Miss Marvel represents York region. She comes from the same part of the Greater Toronto area I come from.
Cool.
Like Simu Liu, I could be where she is right now, but I chose not to, and now I work in an office. So, thanks, guys. Anyways. And, we have one last one.
Oh, okay. What's the last one?
Deadpool and Wolverine, the
Oh,
one that just came out
yes.
now.
So, because this movie is still in theaters as of this recording, we're not able to find a good copy to put snippets of in this video. We did just find it with a big old watermark over it, and we're not going to put that in the video. You can find it yourself if you really want it for comparison, but we have been able to watch it, and I think fairly assess it, and I don't like it.
I don't really like it either, and it's definitely like it plays NSYNC's "Bye Bye Bye" in the background. He's
Which is
dancing.
such an obvious song choice.
Yeah,
at this
it's
point.
clearly they're marketing to the '90s millennial that I am, but I just find it kind of cheesy, and maybe I'm kind of biased. I don't really like Deadpool that much.
No, and a lot of these, like, you're not just getting the character doing their shtick. For the Guardians ones, you are, but it works better there because these are better characters. Most of them, you're seeing like interesting textures, patterns, visuals. Here, it's just we get it.
Yeah.
It's so boring.
And like to compare it with something similar, like the first Guardians of the Galaxy opening sequence, which is basically a dude dancing to a '70s song.
Yeah.
First of all, way better song.
And it caught people off guard because we hadn't seen anything like that in one of these movies at all, really.
Yeah.
That was the moment when they started having these nostalgic soundtracks, and it became a fixture of these movies, and this just feels like such an obvious, boring extrapolation of that.
Yeah. And yes, I know he's using Wolverine's skull to fight people, but I don't know.
I don't care.
I don't care if this makes me sound like some kind of hipster trash, but I don't really like it that much, to be honest.
I say
about
F. This is the only one that I have actually disliked. There have been a few that didn't really do much for me and I found kind of boring. This one I actually am cringing.
It's D, but I don't think it's necessarily like in terms of I don't think it's boring per se, but I just don't really like it that much.
Yeah, did you have such a negative reaction to the Infinity War credits?
To the Infinity War credits?
Mhm.
No, because it was more so that I understand why they took that choice.
Mhm.
It's just an incredibly boring choice.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
But
But at the same time, like, I think at least it's more creative than like Ant-Man, where it's literally just.
I don't think it is creative. I think they're just rehashing the Guardians ones and doing it worse.
Okay.
And with a song choice that is less nostalgically interesting and more just like, hey, remember this?
So where do you want this in D tier, or do you want to put it?
I would put it in F tier. I would put it at the very bottom.
Wow.
I had a strong negative. This is the only one I've had a negative reaction to.
Wow. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
All right, we've
Awesome.
got ourselves a tier list.
Cool. We got ourselves. Let's see if we want to move anything. Let's just go through. So the first one, Captain America, the first Avenger. I
Okay.
think
Do you want
It's rad as heck.
It is very, very good.
It's so charming with
Yeah.
the paintings, and it feels like you are inside the paintings. They animated it in such a way that I'm sure they use CGI, but it still looks like paintings.
yeah.
It's America's ass. It's untouchable.
But no, I agree. This is also my favorite movie, so I'm really glad it's up here. Like,
Yeah.
of all these, this is the one I have the most nostalgia for. So I
Mm.
love that it's there. Guardians 2.
I really love Guardians.
It's really
too.
nicely choreographed. His dancing is fun, and it sets the tone very nicely.
Yes, I think it's one of my favorites. I really like how they're able to really creatively introduce the characters. It's dynamic, but yet you've got Baby Groot dancing, which is a callback
Yeah.
to the first one.
Yeah, because at the end he's in this little potted plant and he's dancing.
Yes.
And cool monster in the background.
Yeah, I'm happy with it being there.
I would put Marvel's above it personally,
Ooh.
which is I maintain that position. It's just like this charming kind of 80s, almost Lisa Frankish, like the thing it reminds me of more than anything else is She-Ra, Princess of Power. But it's like if the animation on that were as good as it seemed to you when you were a kid. It's like, what if these 80s cartoons actually had good animation and weren't just static, cheap garbage?
I think it's retro done right.
Yeah.
I love the mix.
Really likable.
I love the colors. I love the mix of like kind of like the cutout, the kind of looking spaceship that looks like something out of the comic book.
Yeah.
I thought it was beautifully animated. I still really like what the Guardians of the Galaxy does in terms of introducing the characters and
Yeah, and
putting
it does
together.
that nicely.
It
And you
does.
won the rock, paper, scissors, so I would just want my opinion logged.
Okay.
All right.
And Spider-Man Homecoming, the notebook
Excellent.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
I think a lot of like in terms of like the more recent Tom Holland Spider-Man is based on the sequences we've seen. Plus, even though we're not including this, the Sony Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse, which in my humble opinion would be S tier if they were added to this.
Probably.
I love.
They're really good. I need to
love
watch them
those.
again, but-
They're excellent. I am very much looking forward to the third one coming
Yeah.
out next year.
Yeah.
But I really do love the collage aesthetic. I love like the drawing. I think it's just so much fun. I'm always a sucker for that kind of look.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with all of the Spider-Man ones being an A tier.
And it invokes what I liked about the Scott Pilgrim opening without just doing that again. It doesn't
Yeah.
feel like it's the same way that, like, to return to Spider-Verse, the way Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Madness is clearly influenced by the Spider-Verse movies, but never feels like it's just doing the same thing. They found their own way of doing something kind of similar, but ending up in a different place.
Yes.
And I really respect that.
Yeah, I agree.
Then we have the miniatures from Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Really charming, great retro music.
Yes.
Makes you ready for some high-flying adventure.
I also just think it's such a nice nod, not only to it being Ant-Man and being able to change up the sizes,
Yeah.
but also I think, especially with the nod to practical effects, even though I'm pretty
Uh-huh.
sure they did not really do
Probably
any
not.
practical effects in this movie, I just think it looks really, really cool.
Pay your CGI artists better, Disney.
Yes.
Let them unionize.
Let them. And then, okay. No, yeah, let's go. Let's give all of these their due. No Way Home.
No Way Home. I really like the point that you made, Jimmy, about them using kind of doing scientific graphs,
Like
and
grid
Yeah.
paper is what
grid
I, the
paper.
word I was looking for.
I really like that detail. So yeah, I do like it a lot, and I love the choice of music for that end sequence, especially with 3 as a magic number, considering that the 3 Spider-Man.
Good song,
Yeah.
works for the bit, and good use of images to represent the actors, characters.
And speaking of Spider-Man, Far From Home, the vacation one.
Yeah, there's fun vacation images. I liked the pictures of the actors looking like they might have just come out of that actor's actual scrapbooks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that Like, I think with that one, the only thing I wish is that maybe, like, even though I understand why they used Vacation, I would have liked to have, heard another song from, like, somewhere from, like, a UK artist or somewhere from where they travel to, but I get it, and I like the scrapbook look, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys remember Thor Ragnarok?
Another of these. I think the side of Marvel that interests me the most is when they're in the more sci-fi-ish direction, and this kind of retro 80s. Like Taika Waititi said, Flash Gordon was a big influence, and you can absolutely see that in the visuals here, and the use of, it's not a Queen song, but still. No, it's Mark Mothersbaugh in this one. Never mind. You can see that in kind of the 80s electronica soundtrack. It's there's a fruit fly that's bothering me. And the visuals. It's cool. It's neon. It's fun. It's what I want from a space Marvel.
And it's better than the Black Panther.
The Black Panther one's pretty darn good, but
yeah, Black Panther's pretty cool. I love the use of sand as a nice callback to what they use to kind of go to the other world. I also
when
love
hunting the hippo.
Yes, I also love the what was the song that they used?
Kendrick
Lamar and SZA.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that was SZA.
Yeah, so
she's good.
Yeah, so I think with that, I think it's such a cool sequence. But yeah, I think it also. I'm actually debating whether I like it more than Thor Ragnarok. I think I might like it a bit more than Thor Ragnarok.
I have had bad luck in rock paper scissors, so I don't want to settle it by that again. I'm content with the way we've got it right now in that regard. Like, it's cool. I think Thor Ragnarok is a little more close to the flavor of what I personally want Marvel Comics to be. But the Black Panther one was really cool too.
Okay. All right.
So here's the one that we kept talking about, Iron Man 3.
Yeah, which I still think is too high.
Are we
It's a clip show.
Do we want to move it somewhere
Compared
else?
to some of this other stuff, does it really deserve to be at the top of the B?
I just think it's okay. I think it's a lot of fun, to be honest, and I do think we can move around some B stuff. I definitely think there's some things that could be bumped
Was
down.
it better than Dark World's cool, inky, chalky visuals?
I kind of like it, but maybe
the music
because
was fun.
Yes, I like the fun tone that it struck, even though I've never seen the movie. As long as it kind of matched the tone of the film, but yeah, I kind of like I kind of like how it was cut to be something a la Get Smart or any of those like sort of 60s fun spy movies.
That was cool.
Yeah, so I still quite like the feeling of it. Thor: The Dark World, I do love, like the paintings, and I love the use of color. In that sequence, but I think I still like Iron Man THREE.
Surely it deserves to be bumped down an entire letter grade just for that.
Now I still like it in B, but
Yeah,
I'm happy.
right.
I'm happy to move this around because I think there's some things in B that could be bumped to C, in my opinion. But,
I just want to say, of all the ones that are just music that aren't like a pre-existing song, this is the only one where I still have the theme stuck in my head. The bum ba da 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 bum ba da 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 da. Anyways, yeah. So Thor. So we were comfortable with it being above Thor. Thor.
That's
Thor,
probably my
the Dark
favorite
World.
of the. Well, not my very favorite. One of the best of the taking itself seriously.
Yeah.
And trying to be serious and dark, but it works here.
Even though the movie isn't, but
No, it's not.
even
Though it's called The Dark World.
Yeah, and the Eternals with all the images.
Yeah, that was
of
cool. The ancient carvings and stuff, and it's like at the beginning of King of the Monsters when we get this like montage of like ancient art of monsters, and when they're flipping through and like they're finding all these references to Ghidorah in mythology. It evoked that same thing, not quite as well, but still.
And we're okay with it being above Captain Marvel's the ba-na ba-na ba-da.
that's like with the whole
Use of whole.
Yeah.
I honestly don't love that song. Like, it's okay.
I think it works pretty well for Captain Marvel.
It works there.
Yeah,
And
for
it's
that kind
90s.
of like badass woman.
Yeah,
sort of.
it's
yeah.
the 90s, so.
I
What else are you going to play? Something from Lilith Fair?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm actually thinking to myself whether I like Wakanda. I feel like Captain Marvel could be bumped down a little bit. I feel like there's some on B tier that I think are a bit better now. So, I don't know. What do you think?
I would bump up Wakanda forever.
Yeah?
Should we do it? Did you
Yeah.
hear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm getting a little sleepy. We're recording this fairly late.
Yeah. And then Guardians of the Galaxy 3, I'm a creep.
Yeah, that was one of the better of the...
I
but
actually...
it still had a sense of humor.
Yeah.
I
was
think.
dark,
Ooh,
but-
I do think that's better than Captain Marvel. I do also think it's better than Wakanda Forever.
Okay. I think it's better than Iron Man 3.
Okay, would you actually put? What do you think is better than Thor: The Dark World?
Yeah, actually.
Okay, bump it up.
Here?
Bump.
Cool. I'm okay with that.
Bump it up.
Thor: Love and Thunder
Because
was.
it's emotionally effective
Yeah.
in a way that
I
Yes.
feel like
just that opening shot, like the hand reaching for him, just fills you with a sense of dread,
'Cause-
and then the rest of it, you just see him being miserable.
because I think this is the one like how you said Thor is like the one that like works best when it's like trying to be dark. I think that actually applies to the Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
I mean,
in terms of taking itself seriously.
I like
mean.
Thor best when it's not taking itself.
No, but you
remotely
mean in terms of
seriously.
like when you're like, oh, of all the
Of all the
credits
ones
that we're trying to take itself seriously,
that is the one.
I think that actually
Those-
goes the creep.
Yes, I think so. The Guardians 3 opening does have a sense of humor to
Yeah,
it, but that lets the darkness catch you off guard.
yeah,
Yeah.
and Thor, where it's the
Thor: Love and
fonts
Thunder.
It was cool, but it was kind of simple.
I think it's better than Avengers, and I think I like the placement of it.
I'm happy with that.
Okay, we're okay with Iron Man still being a B?
Avengers 1 was pretty simple,
I
but
think
effective.
I think Iron Man could be bumped down in my opinion, even though it does use Iron Man. But
Yeah, we could bump it down a bit.
Like where
The visuals are kind of like they're
the visuals are like a
they're
blueprint,
good.
Like
maybe bump it down to the bottom of B.
okay, so we want Guardians.
Do you
Yeah.
think? But do you think? Do you
bum,
think?
bum.
Because
Yes.
like what a moment that was for the franchise. Because like okay, watching it back now, it's a little like okay, it's kind of great. So unfortunately, the audio cut out right here. But this is what we eventually settled on. This is how it all looks at the end. We moved some stuff around a little bit, but I hope you liked our list. And if not, that's your problem. Make your own.